And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate you for sticking around. Yeah, I thought I was late. No, Nikhil, you were on time. I was late. That is entirely on me. And basically a lot of very poor planning and, having to cook food and then eat food and then be like, oh man, we got to set up the live stream. And this is really exciting. This live stream is being done on T-Mobile home internet. That's right. You see this blue Ethernet cable that is plugged in to the Mac right now, and we are live streaming over T-Mobile's cellular network on the absolute lowest priority. Actually, I think it's QCI 8 first. It's 1.2 terabytes of QCI 8 data before we're deprioritized further down to QCI 9. But that is the update. We are streaming live on T-Mobile, so we'll see how it goes. And if you guys notice any issues with it, I think this is what better way to test it than an actual live stream. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around and for your patience. Yanni's saying T-Mobile didn't work at all in his area. I think we're going to get fast speeds here. And I saw so many questions early on for people who are here early. So thank you for submitting those. Let's just dive in immediately and start answering all of your questions. So let me see here. I feel like there were so many more that were like early. So we have StreamYard. Let me go back to YouTube Studio and just make sure I'm not missing any. Because I see them. I see the questions. They're there. You post them. And I just want to make sure that we get them answered. All right. Nope, it looks like they're gone. I apologize if you posted a question early. Feel free to repost it. We do have Edishem Kumar. Hopefully pronounced that correctly. I have 4 lines with T-Mobile on Experience More for $160. Should I switch to Visible Plus even though I will lose Netflix? What do you say? This is a fantastic question, and I think really it comes down to how frequently you like to upgrade your devices. If you're someone like me and you like upgrading, getting the new phones every year, these are actually old phones, but if you like upgrading and getting the new phones every year, every 2 years, I think it makes sense to stick with Experience More. So with Experience More, T-Mobile lets you upgrade your phone every 2 years. If you get the base iPhone, that will be completely free, up to $830 off is typically what we see. If you like to get the iPhone, the Pro, or the Pro Max model, I think we see a little bit less trading credit there on the Experience More plan, but you'll still be able to get the discounts. Visible Plus, great value plan. It is on sale right now, so if I pull it up, it is on sale. I think it's going for $26 a month, which would reduce your bill to, what is that, 26 times 4, $104 a month, down from $160. But you have to add in the device costs, and with Visible, you could technically finance over 24 months, but 830 divided by 24, that would be $34 per line per month in device payments. You multiply that by 4, I mean, that's going to be like 120-ish, and 120 plus 106, that is going to be more than the 160 you're paying now. So, and I can, let me pull this up. So many things to pull up. All right, cheapest way to get an iPhone 17 Pro Max. I think this will be a pretty good illustration of the concepts here. Sometimes if you're with a postpaid carrier, it's a great value, and it's a great value because of those discounts. So here we are looking at this incredible spreadsheet I made on cheapest way to upgrade, get the iPhone 17 Pro Max. If you're on T-Mobile Experience More, you're going to be upgrading every 2 years. And let me just quickly hide this. And so if you're upgrading every 2 years, and we go ahead and group by lines, you can see with 4 lines, the cheapest option will be AT&T Unlimited Starter SL with Next Up Anytime. Surprisingly, Apple Trade-In with a $25 plan is the next most affordable option. And that, man, that's actually really good because Visible would be just around $25 a month. Yeah, and T-Mobile Experience Beyond, that would be $758 per line per year. I guess that's even beyond. Experience more, well, not much of a difference, $773.48 per line per year. So yeah, I mean, if we are cost optimizing this, Visible Plus with a current promo, right? Visible.com. If we go ahead and check out our plans, you can see Visible Plus is currently on sale for $26 per line per month. And this is for 26 months with code SWITCH26. Now, initially, I was kind of against it. Usually, T-Mobile's pretty good, especially if you like those device upgrades. But looking at the math here, if you're an iPhone user, you can trade into Apple, grab that Visible Plus line, and I mean, it won't be $25. It'll be, where do I put that? It'll be $26, but that's still a crazy good deal. Plan, here it is. 26. All right, if we update that, $651 per line per year versus T-Mobile Experience More, $773 per line per year. So with this, you would save around $100 per line per year by doing the Visible Plus option. And I mean, that's basically $400. Yeah, $400 per line per year. And if you're saving $400 a year, no, $400, I think, per account per year. There we go. If you're saving $400, that is easily enough to cover the cost of a monthly Netflix subscription. So I think the answer to your question is it probably actually is worth it. I'm surprised to be saying it, but looking at the math here, I think that checks out. And if you do end up switching to Visible Plus, you give yourself that flexibility. Like, you don't have to upgrade everyone's devices every 2 years. You can do it every 3 years, and then your savings will increase. So I hope that is helpful. And let me put this back to the original $25 a month. And if you're joining, let me go ahead and I can share this in the chat. It's a completely free spreadsheet to, just check out the math on what device you have and the cheapest way to upgrade, get the new phone, if that's what you're interested in. All right, let's see who else we have. Voodoo1013 in the chat. Hello, Planaholics. That's right. I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, snap, I'm late, but realized I didn't turn the clock back yet. That's right. It was, what is it, daylight? Is it daylight savings? Is that what we call the fall one? Either way, the time changed. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. The sun rises earlier, but it sets at like 5 p.m. now. Awful. I think that is awful. Either way, wonderful to have you here. We do have a super chat. Green, excellent to see you in the chat again. How much would the phone market change in the U.S. if Chinese phone manufacturers were allowed to sell here in the U.S. market? I think it would change very little, candidly. And there is one reason for that. Do I have a good demo phone nearby? We'll use this one. That is Apple iMessage. I think so many consumers still use iMessage and are iPhone users here in the United States that I wouldn't really see Apple's market share changing. Instead, I would see the market share between Samsung. I mean, what it's like Samsung, Google, maybe what? I'm thinking like Alcatel. Are they like, who are the big phone manufacturers? Motorola? Those would become even more divided, I think. And honestly, I feel like Chinese phone manufacturers have some superb hardware. It might put pressure on the other guys to either up their game or they would get potentially squeezed out. I mean, we saw LG exit the smartphone market. Who's to say the other ones wouldn't do that? It'd probably be like, Samsung and the Chinese phone manufacturers would be the big ones. That's what I would think. Mark, also, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Great to see you here in the chat as well. Let me go through the questions. Christopher, thank you so much for the question. Hey, Stetson, my personal line is Boost Unlimited, $25 a month. Was $10 cheaper before my employee friend left. Looking to change to more data priority and hotspot and Verizon network suggestions. Oh man, Christopher, I mean, well, this is the perfect time. I think if you're looking for that combination, you are going to want to check out the Visible Plus plan. This plan is perfect. It's coming in at $26 a month with the promotion. The promotion is use code SWITCH26 when you sign up, and that's going to save you $9 off per month, which is a great value. And the plan is excellent. So if we head on over to the Best Phone Plans website here, pop on over to plans and just search for Visible Plus. There are two options, the monthly and the annual. We looked at the monthly, regular price, $35, but again, you're getting it for $26 a month with code SWITCH26, and that's for over 2 years. That is for 26 months. So basically 2 years at the $26 a month price, really good value. What are you getting? Well, pretty much exactly what you're looking for. You're getting unlimited data, and this is unlimited priority data. So the same network experience as Verizon postpaid directly. Sounded like you were interested in priority data, so boom, you're going to be getting that. You're getting unlimited hotspot data at 10 megabits per second, plenty fast for doing work on the go. I think that's a great feature to have. 1080p video streaming. This is on the 5G ultra wideband network. If you are connected to LTE or 5G nationwide, which I think has been shut down, but either way, the other networks are 720p streaming. Still, video content is going to look great. If you wanted to, you could add a watch for $10 extra, although if you do happen to be a smartwatch user, I would suggest upgrading to the Visible Plus Pro plan because this includes a smartwatch line for free and is under $10 cheaper. So that's what I would recommend there. Tablets are not supported. You're getting international texting to Canada and Mexico, free international calls to Canada and Mexico. You're getting unlimited talk, text, and 2 gigabytes per day in Canada and Mexico, and you're getting 1 free international day per month in over 180 supported countries or whatever the number is, and that comes with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and I think it's either half a gig or 2 gigs per day. I think it's 2 gigs per day. Do I have another? Let me see here. I'm just listing the days. Dang. Does Visible say? International, 1 global pass day per month. Awesome. High-speed data, but there's an asterisk. Number 3. Okay, that's about hotspot. That's Mexico and Canada. They do not say. $140 countries, okay. Am I just like missing the amount of high-speed data? Here we go. It's 2 gigs. There you go. So that's what's included in the plan. Really good plan for the price, and would definitely recommend it. The other option would probably be, nope, I think that's the best option. I mean, the only other option you might consider would be total 5G unlimited, $25 a month if you bring your own device. Same unlimited priority. Instead of unlimited hotspot, you'd be getting 15 gigs of high-speed hotspot data. 720p video streaming, so a little bit worse there. No watch support, but you can add a tablet line and just different international features. So you're getting better international texting to over 200 countries. You're getting better international calling to over 180 countries. 10 gigs in Canada and Mexico per month as opposed to 2 gigs per day. So a little bit different there. And you're getting 10 gigs in over 30 countries. So fewer countries, but you get 10 gigs per month as opposed to 1 free day per year. So hopefully that is helpful. Those are probably the 2 plans I would look at, both giving you priority data and a decent hotspot option on the Verizon network. So I hope that's helpful. All right. At Promea, this is a good overview for anyone who's learning about the prepaid space or prepaid carriers for the first time. 3 questions. What is an MVNO and MNO? So an MNO stands for a mobile network operator. This is any big cell phone carrier that is building and operating its own cellular network. In the US, the big 5 are AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, US Cellular, and it was Dish or Boost, but Boost is shutting down its network and selling its spectrum to AT&T, and I think someone else bought another chunk of it, but that's shutting down. So those are the big MNOs, mobile network operators: AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. And well, I guess US Cellular is also now shutting down because they were bought by T-Mobile. So it's just the big three. MVNO stands for Mobile Virtual Network Operator. So these are carriers that, instead of building their own cellular networks, they operate virtually on the existing cellular networks. These are the smaller carriers that are leasing access to the networks from the big three. So this would include US Mobile, Tello, Smartless Mobile, Flex Mobile, Google Fi, those kinds of carriers. Now, another type would be a carrier-owned prepaid brand. We were just covering those, Visible and Total Wireless. These are both brands that are owned by Verizon. In fact, I think they advertise it, Visible by Verizon. So these are prepaid carriers that are owned by the big carriers. We also have Cricket Wireless, owned by AT&T. We've got Metro by T-Mobile, owned by T-Mobile, and Mint Mobile, owned by T-Mobile, and things like that. So that is kind of the setup. You've got the MNOs, the big carriers that build their own networks, the carrier-owned prepaid brands. Those are prepaid carriers owned by the big three. And then lastly, the true MVNOs, which are independent, smaller carriers that don't own their own cellular networks and are just leasing access from the big three. What is mid-band, low-band, and millimeter wave? So this is referring to different 5G spectrum frequencies. The low-band frequencies are frequencies that sort of have a longer wave, and that means they can travel farther and have greater coverage footprints and coverage areas. But because of the frequency, the data doesn't travel as fast. The mid-band is kind of a medium in between, where it has slightly like more compact waves. There's probably a better technical term for that. And that can penetrate reasonably far and have much faster speed. So I think if I were to do a speed test now on T-Mobile, I'd get like 800 down or whatever. And then millimeter wave, these are like really, really condensed or compressed frequencies with like lots of tiny waves. And that means you can have a lot of data travel through those waves, but the distance is very short. And this is basically used like on a per block basis for providing 5G home internet or for alleviating congestion in areas such as airports, for example. So those are kind of the differences. It's the frequencies of the spectrum and how the wavelengths work, and the kind of throughput of the data. And then to answer your last question on the ideal plan, what is the ideal plan for someone with 25 gigs of usage a month with a budget of $25? And it shouldn't be the big three or US Mobile. Honestly, I think what we just covered would be a great solution for you. I think you may want to look at the Visible plan. Could be Visible Plus or the Visible Base plan, depending on what you want to spend. $19 a month for Visible Base, $26 a month for Visible Plus. Or you could consider that total 5G unlimited plan. That's going to be a great option. And I think those are probably your best two right now. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah. We've got Ernesto coming in. Hi, Stetson from Houston, Texas. Which carrier do you recommend for me? That's a great question. I think to recommend a carrier, usually a couple steps here. Let me go ahead and actually pull this up. The number one thing you want to check before you pick a carrier is going to be what network has the best cell coverage in your area. Now, how do you do that, you might ask? I would say the best approach is to go ahead and let me share my screen here. The best approach is to go to a coverage map, such as CoverageMap.com, and check coverage in your specific area. So if we go to Houston, Texas, we can zoom in, and this is all crowdsourced data in terms of cellular data performance. Now, looking at the Verizon network here, it looks like they have rolled out their 5G. Actually, let's do all. There we go. Dang, that is significantly better. Just quick comparison. LTE, I mean, still very impressive LTE speeds. I would say some of these are probably mistagged, and that could be on our app, not gonna lie. But we pop over to 5G and bam, crazy fast speeds. Either way, so it looks like really excellent speeds on Verizon in this area. If we pop over to, actually, let's make sure we're on all. If we pop over to AT&T, similarly excellent speeds, and T-Mobile, also superb speeds. I don't think you're going to get a carrier with bad speeds here. You can also go ahead and check the signal strength. This is Verizon, looks like superb coverage. T-Mobile, superb coverage. AT&T, superb coverage. And we can also go to just CoverageMap.com, pop in Houston, Texas, and let me see. Houston, oh, that's Minnesota. Wait, go back. Too many Houstons. Houston, Texas. Houston, Harrison County, Texas. Boom. And yeah, we get a look at the speeds. Looks like AT&T, median speeds, 76.2. T-Mobile, 218. Verizon, 104. Might lean a little bit. I mean, AT&T with that reliability, though. And all are saying 100% coverage. Let's go down. Let's look at the coverage breakdown. Dang, all look great. I don't think you can go wrong, Ernesto. I think all are looking excellent. If you're looking for a couple solid recommendations, probably comes down to what your needs are. Visible, I mean, we just covered Visible. They're going to be a fantastic option. Let's pull those up again. So if you're looking for Verizon coverage, I think Visible Base and Total 5G Unlimited, superb. Also Visible Plus, or if you're a watch user, Visible Plus Pro. And again, we were looking at the Total Wireless plans before as well. Again, great on Verizon. And if you want something on AT&T, so here are the total plans. You're not going to see the discount on the main page, but if you search for total BYOD discount, then you'll get that promotion. So I just pop that in Google and then boom, bring your own device. And you can see one line of unlimited for just $25 a month. So that discount is still going on. If you did want AT&T coverage, I think US Mobile is probably going to be your best bet right now. You can get their unlimited premium annual plan for $24.90 a month. That's going to be $299 up front for 12 months. Or they do have it available as a month-to-month, either $35 a month for unlimited premium, or probably the best value plan on the AT&T network, unlimited starter. This is going to come with truly unlimited high-speed data and 20 gigs of hotspot for $25 a month with AT&T coverage, which honestly might be, I think just anecdotally, I have heard AT&T is one of the better options in Texas. So definitely something to look at. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. All right, let's jump down. Looks like we got a couple more super chats left on for you. Member for 6 months. Thank you so much for your continued support. That is an epic milestone. Appreciate you and appreciate your super chat here. Green. This is not at all related to telecom whatsoever, but thoughts on the newly announced Neo robot? Yeah, we'll absolutely answer this. So what is Neo? Neo is a robot recently announced by this company called X1, and this is what the robot looks like. Let's see if we can go through some of the images here. It's kind of got this sort of felt or fabric looking body, right? It looks like it's kind of wearing this sweater. It has 2 cameras for its eyes. The ears will kind of light up, and it kind of looks like headphones almost to indicate if the robot is listening to you or other subtle reactions, things such as that. And it kind of looks like it's wearing slippers as well. It's pretty light for a robot, it turns out. I think it's weighing in at, and that's the charging cable. Honestly, kind of a nice design, cork, braided cable, looks pretty nice. And it should look pretty nice because this robot starts at $500 a month with a subscription, or $20,000 if you want to just go ahead and order it, which is nuts. But what does this robot do? Well, that is a great question. Right now, not a whole lot, pretty much nothing. In fact, the way this robot works, right? So they're advertising this sort of full autonomous robot where this is what it's doing the chores. It'll vacuum your house, take in your groceries, empty the dishwasher, load the dishwasher. And the whole premise here is to have a robot do chores for you so you can get back your time, right? And imagine the world where you wake up in the morning, you set your robot like, hey, while I'm gone today at work, I want you to clean and organize the house. You rush, you have breakfast, you don't even put your dishes away, you just sprint out the door, and your autonomous robot, Neo, wakes up, powers on, sees your empty bowl of Cheerios, pops that in the dishwasher, starts the dishwasher, realizes you didn't make your bed, so it makes your bed for you, sees all your clothes on the floor, so it picks up and folds the clothes, puts the dirty ones in the laundry basket, realizes, oh, I should probably do the laundry, does the laundry for you, and you come home and your house is spotless, your clothes are put away, all your clean laundry is folded and put away for you, the counters are wiped, all of this. Like, it just saved you so much time, your house is immaculate, and you get to spend your time, I guess in this example, like playing cards or, whatever it is. You get your time back. And that is a compelling promise. The problem with this robot right now, besides the media error, that's really funny, is that it's not autonomous. So Neo works autonomously by default. However, for any chore it doesn't know, you can schedule a 1X expert to guide it, helping Neo learn while getting the job done. So this means that Neo is not doing all of these chores autonomously. Instead, what is happening is this robot is being remotely controlled by an operator, an X1 employee that they're calling an X1 expert. And this person is sitting with VR glasses on, looking through the robot with its cameras as eyes, and literally controlling it like a video game to help accomplish the task at hand. And why is Neo doing this, or why is X1 doing this? It's because in order for this robot to become truly autonomous, it needs more training data. And it needs training data on all the different types of tasks it could do, whether it's doing the laundry, organizing an entryway, cleaning up the living room, cleaning the bathroom. There's just so much variation between houses, layouts, lighting modes, everything like that. So they need training data. How do they get training data? They literally need the robot in people's homes and to test it out. And so it's kind of creepy where like someone's going to be literally peering into your home through this robot and then doing chores for you. And like, is that worth the price tag of $20,000 or $500 a month? I think you can get a very great cleaning service, support the local business for way less than $500 a month or $20,000 to own. So I don't know. I'm skeptical. I think the promise could be very cool. I would absolutely love a robot to do all the chores for me. I mean, I was running late to this podcast just eating dinner and I left it in a mess in the kitchen. It'd be awesome. Like I could be doing a live stream and this robot could be cleaning up for me, but we'll see. I think the promise is exciting. I think the journey to get there will be challenging. And I think right now, look, you don't buy tech based on future promises. You buy tech based on what it can do today. And right now, this robot has not shipped. And so I would remain optimistically skeptical, is what I would say. And those are my thoughts. All right. Not by bots, coming in to say Xfinity sucks balls. I'm sorry to hear that. What is going on? Hopefully it's not too bad. I mean, Xfinity is running off of the Verizon network, so maybe it just means Verizon is bad in your area. So hopefully you can switch and get something that's a little bit better. Left on for you, review Minternet branded T-Mobile home internet. I got you. I actually signed up and the package is downstairs, so I won't grab it now. But we have both this is like so risky in case the cable comes unplugged, my internet drops. We have the T-Mobile home internet that we're using now that seems to be doing a good job. I mean, I'm curious. Type in the chat what you think. How is the stream quality? We're doing so we have this device and I got Minternet, so we can compare exactly what the pros and cons are, what the differences are, and if it's the same hardware or different hardware. I think T-Mobile's already gone through a couple different iterations of their gateway, so very curious to see what Minternet is like as well. Yeah, so I will. That is in the queue. That is being worked on as we speak, quite literally. Him looking fancy with that bow tie profile picture. Switching my parents' plan to visible. I also want the new iPhone. Should I switch on this phone and get the phone from Apple later? Yeah, so if you are switching to visible, the move is, in my opinion, go ahead and switch to whatever visible plan is best for you. Keep in mind, on visible, each plan, each line will need its own separate account with its separate login, so definitely something to keep in mind there. Either way, I would go ahead and switch and then just buy the phone directly from Apple. And Apple lets you do a trade-in, so if you just go to Apple, actually, let's just do Apple trade-in so you can kind of see. Apple lets you do a trade-in, and it's, it's not going to be the most. You will get more money selling your device online on a site such as Swappa or by selling it on Facebook Marketplace. What Apple does, though, is they make it easy, and you don't have to pay the tax on your purchase, or it reduces the purchase price and therefore the amount of tax you pay. But here are the values. Most you're getting iPhone 16 Pro Max, $700. This is actually up from last year. I think it was like $680 last year, or maybe even $640. So nice to see that price bump. 16 Pro, $580, 16 Plus, $470, and you can kind of see what the other options are as well. And you can go ahead and place a new order with that trade-in factored in and get the new device. And that's probably what I would do. I think that's the best option. If you did want to finance it, you also can do that as well. And I have a full video on how to do that. Best option is going to be using Apple Card financing, or you could use like a buy now, pay later service as well. And some credit cards offer pay it off over time as well. But I hope that is helpful. All right. What else we got? I think I'm finally caught up in the chat, or I'm just skipping a bunch of people. Left on for you. Stream is running good. Cool to see comparison to Minternet. Yeah, I got you. Justin, Helium Mobile, a guy on eBay is selling the unlimited $60 a year promo they used to have. Can I buy it from him? I think you can buy it from him, but I think you'd get the number. Like, you'd get whatever that number was. I don't think you'd have the option to either get a new number, or I'm not sure if you can transfer in your old number. Sometimes, like, for example, if you sign up for a new Visible plan today, let's say you sign up for Visible Plus, you take advantage of this promotion. The way Visible works, you can sign up, create a new account and get a new number, and then later you can port in an existing number and have it replace the temporary number that you got. I think with the Helium Mobile plan that this person is selling, that is a very old plan, and I don't think they're going to be able to do that number swap. So if you're okay getting this person's old number, then yeah, I don't see why you can't do that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but it will be an option. But T-Mobile Home Internet got a new modem, Wi-Fi 7, I received it today, and more faster. Asif, that is great to point out. I'm pretty sure the Mint Home Internet router is the same as what T-Mobile is offering. Just like it looked like it was a refurbished device when I didn't unbox it, but I took the box out of the shipping box, and it looked like it was just a T-Mobile Home Internet with some rebranding and like potentially a refurb unit that an existing T-Mobile customer's already returned. That was the only difference I could really tell. But I'll definitely check the Wi-Fi capabilities on both and keep that in mind for my full review. Rohan, thank you for your video on how to activate the iPhone 17 Pro. If I selected Verizon, wanted to skip the setup and activate Xfinity, got the phone unlocked. That is awesome to hear. So happy that worked. How does the speed through T-Mobile Wi-Fi compare to your normal T-Mobile cellular speeds? Oh, that's a great question. You know, I actually don't have the answer to that right now, because literally moments before this stream started, I plugged in the T-Mobile home internet and then I hardwired it with Ethernet so that I would get the most optimal performance from my laptop so you guys could hopefully enjoy the smoothest stream possible. So I haven't actually connected to the Wi-Fi network. I'm hoping to set it up and then change the network name. Here's a pro tip. If you ever set up a Wi-Fi from a new internet provider, if you just configure it to have the same name and the same password as your previous Wi-Fi, all of your devices will connect automatically. So that is what I'm hoping to do. Or, I mean, what you can do is there are multiple Ethernet ports on it. Let me see. While the device is actively connected, there are multiple, there are specifically 2 LAN ports on it. And what you can do is just connect a Wi-Fi 7 router, like a Ubiquiti router or a Asus router, anything like that. And you're using T-Mobile as the backhaul effectively, and your regular Wi-Fi 7 router as a regular router. So that could be an option as well. All right, I should probably not touch that. Tommy Shields, thank you so much for your generosity and support. 191 people here in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely making cell phone plan videos, trying to help you save money on service. So definitely stick around if you're interested in that. Stetson, any inside info from US Mobile? Also, did you update to iOS 26.1? Vartan, great question. I currently don't have any inside info on US Mobile. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't be able to share it. I know the subreddit, I've been following that. They are antsy on QCI 7 on Darkstar. I was given a test line. I do feel kind of badly because I have not made any content about it or really tested it that much for 2 reasons. Number one, AT&T is just slow by default here, so haven't really made time to test it out. And then number 2, I feel like I would need to get the same device with the same cellular modem to test it out. And right now it is activated. I think it's on a Pixel 9. So maybe I should just buy a couple more Pixel 9s, then stack it up with AT&T service to compare. I did update to iOS 26.1 and I still don't like it. It's still not a good OS. And I mean, the thing is, they added a toggle in settings for the liquid glass, right? So now you have clear or tinted. The problem with tinted, let me see. I don't really want to, here we go. We'll do this. The problem with tinted is it just makes it white. And it's not everywhere. It's just like the notifications. Like, what is this? How come this is white, but the camera and the flashlight are still liquid glass? And the same with like folders, right? This is still liquid glass. It's not really changing anything. And the same with control center. Still looks like liquid glass to me. So it just seems so weird. Like, why are the notifications so like awkwardly bold and white, but everything else is still glass? I'm not a fan. This operating system is, I mean, in one hand, it's fast and fluid and kind of a delight to use, but the visuals, man, my least favorite thing, not to rant and rave too much on this, it's just the glint on the icons. Like, how everything is so shiny. I don't want that. I prefer iOS 18.6. I don't want the glint on all my icons. But anyway, have you guys updated? What do you think of it? That's my question. Do a speed test for us. David, famous last words. All right, let me see here. Let me see if I can pull this up. I think I need to do, this will 100% cause the stream to lag, for sure. For sure. guaranteed. If I drop, we're all gonna blame David, okay? All right, share screen. Are you guys ready for this? Ready for the lag to kick in? I wish I could promote my own application here, but we don't have a desktop app for Mac just yet. Although we theoretically should have one very soon. Here we go. Let's see what we're getting. This is hardwired in to T-Mobile 5G home internet. Honestly, superb latency, 12 milliseconds. Download, no issues. 750. I mean, that's really good. I pay for gigabit. Like, this is fantastic speed. Upload, this is where we could have problems. Interesting. And this is QCI 8 on T-Mobile. 50 up, 55 up, 50 up. Honestly, not bad. And we're using some upload capacity for this stream. So there you go. That was the stream. Hopefully, I mean, on my end, everything looks smooth, but hopefully for you guys, running the speed test didn't interfere too much. Honestly, very impressive. 744 down, 53.9 up. And more impressively, I think, a 12 millisecond ping with an 8 millisecond jitter. That's pretty good performance for cellular. And seems like the stream is working well. So I'm impressed. I am impressed. And the price is really good. I think it's $35 a month versus the $70 a month that I'm paying for my gigabit. Granted, that is with a T-Mobile line, and I'm paying like what, $140 or something for those. So it's just different. It's just different. Jason's Adventures, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm on US Mobile Unlimited Starter Warp on Pixel 6. Is a 349 pixel deal with unlimited premium on Darkstar only, or can I stay on Warp? There are 2 pixel deals from US Mobile right now. Good news, Jason, you are eligible for one, and I'll walk you through that right now. Let me go ahead and remove my speed test from the screen. Go ahead and share this tab, and let me go ahead and log in to my test US Mobile account so I can show you exactly what the options are. Oops. Just logging in now. Boom. We're good to go. Sign into the best phone plans account. Drum roll, please. And we're in. We are cooking. So, Jason, here's the deal. Here's your US Mobile account. On your dashboard, there is a new tile to upgrade your phone. You can also find this on the left under Shop Devices. Either way, if you click Shop Devices, you will see all of US Mobile's available promotions. Some of these are crazy good. A $349 Pixel 10. This sounds unreasonably good, and I did think of getting this. I'm looking for some test devices. US Mobile does tend to ship unlocked, which is pretty awesome. You do just have to keep that SIM card in there and active. Either way, in your case, this is the $349 Pixel deal. However, this requires that annual plan. So if we click See Details, requires the activation of a US Mobile line. I don't think it's restricted to, all right, let's zoom out a little bit, learn more. Yeah. Okay, it is locked to US Mobile at the time of sale. Device must be activated on US Mobile line and kept active for 60 continuous days to unlock. So 60 days to get unlocked, that's honestly not too bad. If conditions are not met, device is unlocked 12 months after purchase. So you could technically buy this, not use it with service, and then it'll be unlocked after a year. But that is crazy. It also says an annual unlimited premium, starter, or flex plan must also be purchased. And then all orders are subject to confirmation within 24 hours of purchase. I think this might mean purchasing a new line, Jason. And it might be worth chatting with US Mobile support just to confirm that, because I think it is just with a new line. However, you can also do the $300 off promo, get it for $500, and you just activate it on your existing line. So I think this is the promo that you'll be eligible for. If you're just keeping your existing line, you can get $350 off and get that device. However, I mean, yeah, no, I think that's probably the move. $500 for a Pixel 10, that's a pretty good deal. Actually, wait, we have to check. We have to check our good old friends over at Swappa because Pixel phones devalue. Oh, so fast. I don't even want to think about it. Unlocked. Yeah, that's probably the move. 569. I mean, still a crazy good deal, but you're going to get a better deal from US Mobile. So I think that's the move. Hop over, do that $300 off promo with your current plan. I think that's it. So thank you for the question, and I hope that's helpful. Green, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Stetson, what would you choose if you had the option to either have millimeter wave, fixed wireless access, or fiber? How much would the price be a factor? I mean, from an internet perspective, fiber is way better all day, every day in terms of consistency, and most importantly for me, the upload speed. When you're trying to upload a 10 or 12 gigabyte file to YouTube, it is so nice to have those upload speeds be symmetrical, like 800, 900 up. That is phenomenal. Granted, YouTube doesn't really take 900 up, but it's still nice having that capability. That said, millimeter wave can achieve very impressive speeds. I mean, 3,000 to 4,000 megabits per second down. And I think the fastest I've seen on a phone is like 400 up. So still really good performance over cellular. That said, there is more of an option or potential for fluctuation in performance depending on the tower congestion, how many people also have 5G home internet on that tower, how many people are using the service at the same time, things such as that. So I would lean towards fiber probably 80% of the time, but price, yeah, I mean, if T-Mobile works, like, would it be worth just canceling my fiber bill and saving the $40 a month? I mean, my HOA is going up, so you just throw it into that. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it probably doesn't matter as much because I get to write off having an internet connection as a business expense. Like, how would I stream on YouTube if I didn't have internet, right? So I get a little bit of a tax benefit in that sense. Really, I mean, I'd probably lean fiber. But yeah, I mean, if it's like if I'd save, what is that, $480 a year by canceling, that's actually kind of tempting. That is tempting. I would be tempted. And I guess bottom line, if it works, then you should just do what's cheaper, right? I should take my own advice and save myself some money. Although I do love, so my fiber provider is Longmont Municipal Fiber called Nextlight. So I'm supporting the city, supporting a pretty great effort. And they do have a cheaper plan, 100 by 100 for $40 a month. And that would probably meet my needs as well. So yeah, tricky to say. I think that the speed fluctuations and variance would be interesting to see as well. What do you guys think? What would you go for? Fiber 3 gigs for 100. James, I'd be curious. Would you switch to a fixed wireless product? What would it take? What would the price have to be for you to consider switching? I mean, going from 100 to, I think Mint is selling theirs for $30 a month. That's what I paid. Like, this is wild stuff. Mint 5G home internet. So if you're an existing Mint Mobile customer, you can get this product for as low as $30 a month. So that would save you $70 a month. $840 per year, James. That is how much you would save. Man, that is, again, I would probably save 70 minus, so I'd save 40. Yeah, $480 per year is how much money I would save. That's not an insignificant amount. I mean, that's like basically a new phone territory. Isn't that what we're just looking at? Pixel 10 unlocked, $570. Wow. I'm going to have to think about it. Vertical Transit Adventures. Stetson, I'm switching from a Magenta 1.0 family line to a friend-gifted Dark Star Unlimited starter line. What MVNO should I get as a secondary? Needs unlimited data, $25 to $35 budget. Vertical Transit, if I'm in your shoes, there's one plan that I would get personally, maybe two plans. I think the number one plan that I personally would consider would be the Visible Plus plan. I think this is an awesome plan to complement your unlimited starter line. So unlimited starter Dark Star is going to be on AT&T. That's an awesome network, or at least it can be an awesome network. In my area, it's awful. Verizon is really good. So I would consider doing AT&T and Verizon. And what better option than Visible Plus? This is giving you that unlimited priority data, the unlimited hotspot data at 10 megabits per second, and that 1080p video streaming quality. I think this is going to be a really good value plan. Now, if you wanted to maximize some perks, you could consider the Total Wireless Bring Your Own Device promotion, and this is available for all of their plans. The plan that I would consider would be, let me just go ahead and show their plans. Total 5G Unlimited for $25, another great option, but the Total 5G Plus Unlimited, this is going to come with a Disney Plus premium subscription, which is basically a $19 a month value. And the plan itself with the Bring Your Own Device promo would be $30 a month flat, taxes and fees included. So that's another excellent option to look at. And if you're wondering, well, what do I actually get with that plan? Let me go ahead and pull up the Best Phone Plan site again, pop over to plans here. And if we just do Total 5G Unlimited, actually, I think it's Total 5G Plus. That's what it's called. Total 5G Plus Unlimited. Again, unlimited high-speed data that is priority data on the Verizon network. You're getting unlimited hotspot at 5 megabits per second. A little bit on the slower side, but still plenty usable. 720p video streaming. You have the option to add that unlimited tablet line for $10. International texting to 200 countries. Free international calling to over 180 countries. You're getting unlimited talk, text, and 10 gigs per day 10 gigs per month in Canada and Mexico. And you're getting 10 gigs in over 30 supported destinations, along with that Disney Plus membership. This tab. Disney Plus Premium. That is the top of the line Disney Plus subscription. Could be a really good value. So those are some options. I'll give you one on the T-Mobile network if you wanted. And that is going to be, let me zoom out here, the Metro by T-Mobile Bring Your Own Device plan. So if you want T-Mobile coverage, this is probably going to be your best option. Metro by T-Mobile, $25 a month, unlimited high-speed data. It is deprioritized. I don't think that matters too much on T-Mobile, as we are streaming live right now on QCI 8, which is extra. It's even more deprioritized than this plan is, and it seems to be working just fine. No hotspot, which for me is a deal breaker, but for you, maybe it's fine, and 480p video streaming. So this could be an option if you did want to add T-Mobile coverage. I think I personally would lean towards that. I'm a sucker for Disney Plus. If I haven't said that, I'm saying it now. So I would lean either towards the Total 5G Plus plan or Visible. I think Visible is a better app, a little bit better experience. So probably would lean towards Visible, but choice is yours. Hope that's helpful. We have Ruby with a quick update. I am beta testing Pronto Mobile. Ruby, I'm very curious. What do you think? How is it going? What has your experience been like? And for those of you tuning in and curious, Pronto Mobile is a all-new MVNO that is in the process of launching. They are getting some feedback right now from early testers like Ruby, and it is basically a service that lets you have one cell phone plan, one phone number, and connect to all three wireless networks, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. You're effectively roaming on all of the networks, and they do have an intelligent network switching protocol in place that will kind of check the connectivity and then switch between networks based on coverage and availability. So very, very cool. And yeah, I'm curious what the experience has been like. Can you make a feature in the CoverageMap app where you can combine carriers on the map to see where the difference of coverage is? Jared, that is an awesome feature suggestion. I will take that to the team and see what we can do. I appreciate you. Interesting. Gabriel's saying I never got my Android activation email. They might still be working through the kinks of that. Mussy, what is the next thing in the pipeline that you're planning on working on? Great question. I mean, for me personally, I think I would love to finally release the cheapest way to get the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This poor video has gone through just like an absolute roller coaster for me. Oops, didn't mean to bring up Pronto Mobile. Meant to bring up the infamous Google Sheet where, dismiss, the new iPhones came out. I was like, oh my God, this is the perfect time to make iPhone content. I pumped out this spreadsheet and then kind of stalled out. Not going to lie, stalled out on making the video. The initial push was there, but the video hasn't come into fruition yet. So I think I would love to finally get that video live, publish it, and I think that would be immensely satisfying, at least for me, to finally have that out. In terms of other projects, we've got the Mint Mobile and T-Mobile home internet review and comparison. Also working on my Mobile X review. Where is that? There's a phone somewhere that is on Mobile X actively, and I've been testing them out on my personal device actually, and it's been really good. Like, testing it out made me get the product in a way that I didn't understand before. Like, the power of Mobile X is if you're a lighter user, you just sign up and you immediately get a very affordable cell phone bill. And that's it. It's super seamless, super easy, and I really like it. And then you get to monitor your usage. The pricing is very reasonable. You can add extra data if you need it. Auto top up you can manage. So there's a lot to like. And they now have on-demand priority data that you can just buy. Like, I need priority data on the Verizon network. Okay, great. Boom. You just buy it. $2.10 per gigabyte. And since I signed up, the price went down. So that's very cool. There's a lot to like. I think there's a lot they can improve on, like the use trend chart and the app being a little bit slower than you might like. And another issue that maybe this is me, I haven't found it yet. You can purchase a limited amount of minutes and texts. I think my plan comes with 150 minutes and texts. And I don't know how to check or track that usage at all. So yeah, it seems like a lot to like and a lot that could potentially be improved. But getting that review out, I think, will be also on the list. There's so many. And the Epic cellular modem tests that I've been working on. I think I have tested pretty much completely Verizon and Verizon and T-Mobile, all the iPhone models I have, from the iPhone 12 to the iPhone 17 Pro, in 3 different locations. But I still need to do a low coverage zone. I want to do another one of those, and I also need to do AT&T. So still a lot to do on that front as well. There's a lot in the pipeline, that is to say. So I appreciate you. I lose my 1v1s. Twigby for 1 line, unlimited talk and text, basic phone, yay or nay? I think I'm going to be a nay on this one. So let's get an update on Twigby. I truthfully kind of haven't paid too much attention to them, not because it's bad service, but because you can often find a better plan. So, I mean, admittedly, the intro price, 2 gigs for $5 for your first 3 months, not bad. However, it bumps up to $15 a month after 3 months, which I think is kind of expensive. Plus, you're going to have to be paying taxes and fees, so we can immediately assume that's closer to $17.50 per month. For the same price, you could hop over to US Mobile, go to plans, and you could grab their 2 gig $10 plan, taxes and fees included. This is one of my personal favorite plans for a basic phone, so I would definitely consider that. Helium Mobile will also work with that Helium free plan. Depends how much talk and text you need, but I think it just needs to connect to the network to stay active. 3 gigs free, so I mean, not that you'll be using that on a basic phone. 100 minutes and 300 texts. It's very light. It just needs to stay connected to the network to remain active, so could potentially be an option. The other one that has come up a lot lately is actually Good to Go Mobile. So Good to Go Mobile, that was funny to see my site. They have a 1 gig plan for as low as $5 a month with their annual option. That's unlimited talk and text. I think they're on AT&T. Don't quote me on that. Let's go here and find out. Good to go. Yeah, it's this one. Good to go mobile, 1 gig, 12 months, $5 a month plus tax. I think I even built in the estimation, $6.96 a month is what that total comes out to. That is with unlimited minutes and texts. So probably one of the best annual options on the market for a basic phone. Anyway, I lose my 1v1s. I hope that is helpful. Some options to look at and consider. Travis, great to hear from you. I feel like I haven't seen your name in the chat in a bit. So hi, Stetson, I'm a person. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. Great to see you here. Oh gosh. Dat Boy Quick saying good to go uses phone number or something like that for the port out pin. That is definitely an immediate red flag and something that I should probably check and confirm, because that is very concerning if it is true. I know there's another carrier that did that. Struggling to remember which one it was specifically, but yeah, that'll be good to know. Snark Mark, when do you think the Black Friday promos will be announced? Fantastic question. I would say maybe 2 weeks before Black Friday. It is fast approaching, isn't it? Maybe, when is Thanksgiving this year? Thanksgiving Day, the November 27th. I expect we will see Black Friday deals no later than the 17th. That's my guess. Now, I could be mistaken, but I feel like carriers, everyone is pushing Black Friday earlier and earlier. I think I got something in the mail today for Black Friday, and it's like, it's Monday 4 weeks in advance. Like, what are we doing? But the promos will be out. They'll be out. Gabriel, you should get a OnePlus 15 on November 13th. Test out the new Qualcomm X85 modem and see what prepaid and postpaid carriers it works on. That could be fun. Yeah. Mussy. Can't believe it's already November, TBH. Yeah, that is crazy. It is crazy. November's a good month, though. It's my birthday month. It'll actually be my birthday tomorrow, so I'm stoked for that. But it's wild how fast time is going by. Hopefully you guys all have good Thanksgiving plans too. That's the best time of year. Get good food. Mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey. So good. So good. Dustin claiming me next. I'm torn between Visible Plus Pro at $33 a month for 26 months or US Mobile Unlimited Premium for $35 a month or $24.90 for a 12-month commitment. Yeah, both are excellent options. I think the best one for you, Dustin, might come down to which network has the best coverage in your area. So I'm happy to look that up for you and curious to hear what it is. If I were in your shoes, like if you want Verizon coverage, I would probably lean a little bit more towards Visible Plus Pro, especially because it's monthly and you get that free watch line. If you're looking for AT&T or T-Mobile coverage, that's where I would go US Mobile Unlimited Premium and see if you can snag that monthly discount. On the flip side, okay, here's a pretty good point for US Mobile. It's only going to be a 12-month commitment. And we are right around that Black Friday time, right? So if you sign up now, that means your plan will be up for renewal around Black Friday 2026. Which means you'll be eligible for another great discount, either from Visible or from Mint or any other carrier. So that could be a factor in considering the US Mobile plan. You just want to make sure auto renew is off or that you switch to that month-to-month plan when it does renew. And thank you guys. You guys are so kind with all the early birthday wishes. Yeah, I appreciate you. Alexander, Harsh, Mussy, thanks guys. Here we go. Blazin. Hi, Stetson. I need at least 15 gigs of data. Hotspot's a plus, but not a must. For me, it's a must. I'll see what I can do to get you. I'm fine paying annually for a lower rate. In Milwaukee, thinking T-Mobile's good here. What plan do you recommend? All right, I'm formulating the answer. The plan that is coming to my mind, well, let's just do it. Let's assume T-Mobile is going to be epic in your area. And it's just going to come down to some filters, right? Well, you got one line, You're going to want T-Mobile coverage, data, 15 gigs or higher, and I think that's it. Now, sponsored, Mint, Ultra, those can be good. I think we can get you better though. Mint, $20 a month. I mean, the thing is, let's toggle this on. Let's do data, unlimited. Let's do everything higher than that. Get the real best price performance ratio. And let's scroll down. Here we go. So the first result, I guess technically Mint is $20 annual option, 15 gigs of data, hotspots included, and 4K streaming. It's not going to be bad, but for around the same price after taxes and fees, US Mobile Unlimited Starter Lightspeed. I think that is probably what I would lean towards. It'll come out to $23 a month. They might even, do they have a promo right now? Let's check it. We're checking. Oh, yeah, they do. All networks eligible. Oh, dang. This wait until 11/6. All right, you've got 3 days. So no rush, no pressure. You can think about it. I think this is the move. US Mobile Unlimited Starter. This is available with their current promo on all networks, including that T-Mobile network. Net price will come out to $16.60 per month. That is $200 up front for 12 months. Phenomenal plan. What are you actually getting on this plan? Let's go ahead and find out. So on the T-Mobile network, again, instead of $23, it'll be that $16 or whatever. Taxes and fees will be included. You're going to get 70 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited at 1 megabits per second. That is, what, 5-6 times more than what you need. So you should be good there. You're going to get 10 gigs of high-speed hotspot data. So there's another bonus for you. 720p video streaming, which is nice. No support for that Apple Watch. You can technically add a separate watch line, but it will get its own separate number and it will be on the Verizon network. And then you can choose to add a tablet line starting at $10 for 2 gigs. And you're getting some pretty good international features included with the annual version of Unlimited Starter. That's going to include unlimited texting to 200 countries, free international calling to over 200 countries. You're getting 200 minutes, 250 texts. Actually, that's wrong. I think it's what, like 100 minutes and 100 texts? Let's go ahead and quickly check that for you because I'm used to saying the higher tier one. Oh, look at that. It is 200 minutes, 250 texts, and that 1 gig of high-speed data. So that is great to know. So 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 1 gig of high-speed data in Canada and Mexico, and the same thing in over 180 countries. I think this is probably going to be the best value plan on the market, especially with that annual promotion. Just trying to see if there's anything else. I mean, yeah, once you hit the $25 a month, Tello, another great carrier, but not going to give you as much data as US Mobile. Plus, not as good international features as well. Yeah, I think US Mobile Unlimited Starter is probably your best bet, Blazin. I think that's the move. Dustin, 50, 26.3. Perfect. Let's check that zip code for you. Man, I love this website. Whoever built this, these guys are epic. They know what they're doing. All right, so Dustin, you're in 50263. Let's go ahead and check that. We're in Iowa. Hey, Mark's in Iowa. Mark, do you know where this is? All right, looking at the results here, we've got AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Looks like T-Mobile giving super fast speeds, 198.3 megabits per second for the median download. Verizon a close second, and AT&T in third. Looking at the reliability scores, looks like T-Mobile 8.6 out of 10, Verizon 9 out of 10. Man, that's tough. I would say, honestly, if I'm in your shoes, Dustin, why not go for the most affordable option, right? It looks like if you're torn, you can do US Mobile Unlimited Premium. You can do the T-Mobile network, and that'll be $300 for 12 months. I think this is going to be cheaper than Visible, even though Visible is close at $26 a month, or the $33 a month, depending on what you need. If you wanted the Apple Watch, then you do have to go with the Verizon option on US Mobile, but that would still be cheaper than Visible, and because it's only 12 months, it's going to renew around November 2026, and you're going to have that option to pick a new plan, depending on what your needs are. that's what I would lean towards. I think that's, I mean, let's just check the coverage breakdown. All are looking really good. I think it's, yeah. You're so lucky. You can just choose whatever you want. So why not pick the more affordable one? Why not just be really, really price sensitive? Oh, look at, yeah. This is why everything's so good. It looks like there's a tower right there. Towers all over the place. So that's AT&T. T-Mobile also looks great. Verizon, blanketed. If we pop over to the speed test map, what are we looking at? T-Mobile best download. Looks like we need some more people to drive through this area, but super fast speeds. Or we can, here, I'll cheat. I'll make my squares bigger. Fast speeds on T-Mobile looks excellent. Let's pop over to Verizon. Looks like fast speeds on Verizon as well. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Yeah, if I'm in your shoes and you're okay with an annual plan, I do think, where did that tab go? I do think US Mobile Unlimited Premium, or if you wanted to save even more money, grab Unlimited Starter for $16.60 a month. If you need unlimited data, just activate this on the AT&T network, and that will be one heck of a great deal. If you did need the extra features that Unlimited Premium offers or that smartwatch line, I'd probably do this. Good news is you can't go wrong. But yeah, I think that's what I'd lean towards. So I hope that's helpful. Travis, hi Stetson's me again. When the hell is your birthday? Travis, it turns out it's tomorrow. 28 years old. Isn't that crazy? That is absolutely wild to me. Absolutely wild. But thank you so much for your generosity and support. You're helping to pay for the T-Mobile home internet powering this stream right now. Clint is saying, I'm also beta testing Pronto. There's a lot of bugs they are working on. At this point in time, it is not worth it, but it has promise. That is what we're hoping for. I think they kind of knew that too. Like launching a new product and trying to do what they're doing is very challenging. It has its challenges. It's the nature of the beast. So hopefully they're able to kind of smooth out those bugs, get those kinks ironed out, and make it production ready. And I think that's why they were relying on you and other users to test this out. I mean, they know that you guys are excited and enthusiastic about testing newer cellular technologies. So being able to test out and provide feedback is really invaluable for them. And you're helping to make the product better. So they probably super appreciate that. Need a cake on the stream. We have the same birthday. Eric, I love it. That is amazing. Happy early birthday to you, Eric. Hopefully you have an amazing day tomorrow. Alex, asking any recommendations for the 07740 zip code on US Mobile. Yeah, absolutely. Let's check this out for you. So we're going to head back over to, let's actually just go to CoverageMap.com, use that coverage search tool. And we're going to do 07740. This has to be East Coast, right? New Jersey. Oh, we got to pause quickly to say thank you to Travis. Oh my God, Stetson, here's a banana on me. Travis, thank you so much. You are too generous. Basically a $100 super chat. That is unreasonably kind. Thank you so much. I'm doing an escape room tomorrow for my birthday to celebrate. So that, I mean, that's going to really help cover the escape room. So thank you so much. Maybe go out to dinner. It'll be awesome. Yeah, cannot thank you enough. All right, Alex, back to your question. 07740. So we're looking at the big networks here. Looks like great coverage across the board. 97.8 on AT&T, 97.8 on T-Mobile, 100% on Verizon. Verizon with the fastest median speeds and best reliability score. AT&T, great reliability score, but slowest median speeds. T-Mobile, great speeds, pretty decent reliability. Let's go ahead, check this out. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty great on all of them. I think we need, let's jump to the map. Also, we got to check the upload performance. Verizon with the best upload, 24.6. This is honestly an underrated metric that we should probably add or consider adding to the cards. That is, that's really good. I think based on that alone, I'd lean towards Verizon. So let's go to Long Branch, New Jersey. Forgive me if I've been saying that wrong. Although, in my defense, it is kind of near a beach. Looks like AT&T has rolled out 5G Plus here, so some pretty fast speeds reported in the area. I feel like a weather reporter reporting on data speeds. T-Mobile looks like they have likely rolled out 5G UC, but it's not getting as fast performance as you might expect in this area. Could be due to some obstructions, interference, or poor optimization on the backhaul. Who knows? Wide variety of factors. But it can be fast. Looks still pretty good. And then if we pop over to Verizon, oh, Verizon is cooking. It looks like they might have some cell towers out closer to the beach, which is nice. Great speeds and performance. I guess these areas are a little slow, but this is from 2021. So high probability that 2023, 2022, high probability these data points have not been updated. 2024, bam, you're getting those fast speeds. And is this also not updated? Yeah, 2022, 2023. I think if I'm in your area, I would definitely consider the Verizon network. Let's go ahead, just check that coverage footprint for you. Signal strength here. Whoa, this is Verizon. You can see, I don't think they have one massive tower here, but definitely some towers kind of along the beach, which is nice. Great coverage. T-Mobile also looking great. I like how they respected the boundary line of the beach and did not have their hexagons go over that. So props to them for doing a better job with their shape. And AT&T also looks pretty good. But yeah, I think if I'm in your shoes, I would consider the Verizon network on US Mobile. And if you want priority, you're going to want to look at unlimited premium. Oh, let me bring that back up. If you want priority data, you're going to want to look at unlimited premium. If you're okay with deprioritized data, you can do unlimited starter. And I think that would be, both of these are going to be great. Depends a little bit on what your needs are. I'll give you a quick rundown of the differences here. Compare plans. Oh man, I love this site. What a great site. So we'll do US Mobile Unlimited Premium Warp. Oh, we have a filter turned on for T-Mobile. Let's pop that off. And we will do, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll add to compare that one. And then Unlimited Starter Warp. And we'll add to compare. Bam, we can compare plans. Left on for you. Check out the new subreddit on stream, r/mobile referral links. We'll pull that up next. Quickly, very quickly. We'll do the quick comparison here for Alex. Sorry, it's loading. Boom. We're working on making the site faster. So biggest difference between that unlimited starter and the warp plan, if you're thinking of paying the extra money. So unlimited starter, you're getting 70 gigs of high-speed data. This is deprioritized. Could be more of a deal on Verizon LTE. 10 gigs of hotspot, 720p video streaming. The annual plan will include the international features. If you get the month-to-month plan, which is what I picked for this comparison, then the international features are available as an add-on. For unlimited premium on the Warp network, you're getting unlimited high-speed data. This data is upgraded to priority data. You're getting 5 times the hotspot at 50 gigabytes. 720p video streaming, and you're getting superb international features. International texting, 200 countries, international calls to 200 countries, 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and the same roaming in 125 countries. All that included in both the annual and the month-to-month plan. And these are on sale right now, so really good option. And the premium plan is going to include that free cellular smartwatch line as well, which could be worth considering. So I hope that's helpful. I am personally on this plan, the US Mobile Unlimited Starter Warp. I am not using over 70 gigs of data. I got lucky and got grandfathered into the priority, but I'd probably give it a try. I think it's pretty good in terms of the overall value. But hopefully that is helpful. All right, left on for you. Check out the new subreddit on stream, r/mobile referral links. I'm curious to check this out. So reddit.com/ can I just do r mobile referral links? Was this going to load? Yeah, here we go. Boom. So it looks like this is a new subreddit. And looks like left on for you is, I guess you're making this, you're monitoring it. It looks like it's just an aggregation of all the links and codes for different sites. Visible users, please use bi-weekly posts on r/visible. Okay. Mint, they have their referral rewards. Ultra Mobile, sticky post on Ultra Mobile. Red Pocket, this is basically a resource. Oh my gosh, you put a lot of time into this. Red Pocket and Freedom Pop and Unreal referral codes. I forgot they're all owned by the same parent company. And then Red Pocket, so people are posting their codes. That's pretty cool. US Mobile referral codes. Interesting to see that this one has a lot of posts already. But yeah, you guys can use these codes and save a little bit of extra when you sign up. That's actually really cool. So you can stack. Who was I just talking to? You can stack the discount, I think, with a referral code and save an unreasonable amount of money. Like this, they're giving it away, which is crazy. I'll be curious to hear how many subscribers they have when they ever choose to share that. Xfinity Mobile referral codes. Dang, I didn't even realize Xfinity had a referral program, not gonna lie. I know T-Mobile does, but it's like so bad. Track phone, Straight Talk, Total, all right. Tello, just $10. It's funny to see the different value. Xfinity, $50, US Mobile, $25, Red Pocket, $25, Tello, $10. US Cellular, oh man, the network's going away soon. $50 though, that's pretty good. Here's a full index. I would suggest you consider, if it's possible, hyperlinking. Like I'll usually write the word link and then make that word the hyperlink. And that'll just kind of clean up the URLs here. For, food for thought, food for consideration. I know you already put a ton of time and effort into this, so appreciate it. It looks like 2 days ago. So this is recent. That's awesome. Yeah. Helium Mobile. I bet this one will, yeah, look at that, 15 comments. That's so funny. Contest mode. Comments are in random order and vote scores are hidden to non-mods. Oh, that's fascinating. So theoretically, the top comment, you should always just grab that because it's just random. Is that what the thinking is? I like that. That's awesome. Mobile X. Yeah, kind of hard, I think. Yeah, you have to like use this link and then it's like a QR code. Yeah, click the link on a mobile device, tablet. Oh, so much room to improve that system. Oh, well. Oh, well. That's awesome. Left on for you. Appreciate you for putting in all this time and energy and work, trying to help people save a little bit of extra money, squeeze that juice, get that extra deal. Yeah, I'll absolutely join this. I don't think I need to post on this. Looks like you've got it handled. But yeah, awesome work. Awesome job. I'll throw this link in the chat if anyone is like, wow, I want to save extra money on my service. AJ, what are your thoughts on Total Wireless? I think Total Wireless has a poor website, and when I tested it out, a poor mobile app, but an incredible value, and it's still premium service. So definitely worth considering. I know Max uses Total for his primary, so could be worth asking him as well. Mussy, Stetson, you mentioned how T-Mobile is really good for you and AT&T not so much. Has it always been that way, or has it changed over the years in your experience? In my area, it turns out it really has been, well, the way it started out is T-Mobile started as number one. And this is because T-Mobile rolled out their 5G network first. 5G UC was everywhere and crazy fast. Then, I think it was in 2021 or 2022, I think 2021, Verizon rolled out its 5G network in Longmont, and it just like transformed the network. It became really good, borderline neck and neck with T-Mobile, and made it a phenomenal option, especially in the mountains. I feel like I've noticed when you're going skiing. For example, there's a mountain called A Basin. You get service there on Verizon and AT&T, but not on T-Mobile. In fact, let me pull this up. This is actually fun to see, especially as someone who has mapped out A Basin. So if we add this to the stage here, you should be able to see it. Arapaho Basin. Man, all right, what is it? It's near Frisco. Frisco, Colorado, perfect. So we'll zoom in. You're in a mountain town here, okay? And then you go up this road to, is this it? Summit House. This is it. Nope, that's Loveland. Wait, where is it? You on Loveland Pass? This is it. Arapaho Basin. So this is the ski mountain, okay? You can see AT&T has service. Verizon has service, albeit weak, but it's got it. T-Mobile, empty. And this is what I'm talking about, where it kind of matters. And if you actually go to, this is my favorite thing, the speed test map, you can see I've mapped out pretty much the whole mountain. Verizon, super fast. You can actually, I've taken work calls in the parking lot, like just casually going skiing on a work day and, take the quick work call and then hit the slopes. And if you pop into AT&T, it's got service, but I don't think it's as fast. Yeah, that tracks. Ooh, I got to go over here on AT&T. And then T-Mobile. Oh, this is the best part. T-Mobile confirmed no coverage zones. You can, it looks like, pick it up way over here, which is kind of wild, but everywhere else, nothing. So this is just one area where, the network matters. And so from my experience, T-Mobile, probably the best in Longmont overall, and potentially most of Denver. I mean, if we just color this by best carrier, ooh, it's a lot of red because Verizon has, and we're looking at best. Let's do average download, see if it changes at all. Yeah, I mean, you're still getting a lot of red, but T-Mobile's got a strong presence, and up in the Boulder area on Longmont, I mean, look how much magenta there is, right? And this is just average performance. So T-Mobile, super, super strong in the cities, but you go into the mountains, and I feel like it's just not quite as good. If you're in a city, fine, but when you're out hiking and stuff, like, looks like this area. Oh, is it this the ski resort I was just looking at? Yeah. Verizon. So it makes a difference. And that's kind of, so it started out T-Mobile's the best. Then Verizon came very good, neck and neck. And I think Verizon overall has better coverage when you're traveling throughout Colorado. So that is kind of how I landed on Verizon for my cellular network. But yeah, it can change. It can change. And AT&T, to their credit, they're slowly rolling out 5G Plus here. I discovered there is one cell tower in Longmont that has 5G Plus, and I am excited to test it out. I'll be testing all the iPhones on it and seeing what kind of speeds and performance we get. Saif. Hey, Stetson, I switched from T-Mobile to Verizon. Really surprised how much better 5G UW is versus 5G UC in crowded areas. You notice a difference in your experience? I think Verizon's 5G network is superior. I think it really does depend on location. I have seen the networks come to a crawl at a crowded Odessa concert in Folsom Field Stadium here in Boulder. But yeah, I think it really does just depend. And it also depends, like Verizon, they consider millimeter wave as part of their 5G UW network. And that can lead to crazy fast speeds and performance. T-Mobile, I don't think they're using millimeter wave at all. So they're missing out in that regard. But 5G UC can also deliver some fast speeds. I think the real, like a great example is Denver though. So we're looking at average speeds right now. And if we zoom in, I mean, great speeds on both, kind of in the, I'd say like 130, maybe 200 to 400 megabit per second range. But if we simply pop this up to best, you can see Verizon with their millimeter wave, 3600, 3300, 3700, 3300, 3700, 2000, 3400, 3500, 4047, 4019. Where was I running tests? 4200, 56, like crazy. 4,404. That might be the fastest one yet. Crazy, crazy fast speeds. It really depends on the area, though. I would say I'm no expert, but from my experience, both have been great. Sometimes though, 5G UC can seem a little slow or to lag a little bit. So Verizon's got a really good 5G network, at least when you're connected to it. I think what T-Mobile has is availability, right? Like they've got way more 5G coverage in terms of overall footprint, and that I think that can be really helpful as well. But it just depends on area, time of day. There's so many factors. So many factors. It's like, I don't know, eating at a restaurant, right? It's like what ratio of ingredients the chef throws in, how they're feeling that day, if they're on point when they're cooking, they just sear the meat just right, they pull it off at just the right time. You can go to the same restaurant and have a great meal, or you can get, a chef who's half asleep, hungover, and they burn the meat, overcook the mashed potatoes, and you're just not getting a good meal. So you can go to the same restaurant and have different experiences. It's the same thing on cellular networks. You can go to one area and have totally different experiences based on time of day and congestion and things such as that. So probably hard to quantify, but both have been great in my area. But Verizon, they do have some cool stuff going on, and they're starting to do network slicing for 5G ultra capacity users. So I hope that is helpful. Keith, it's also confusing to decide. I've narrowed it to spend on to US Mobile and Visible. Any suggestions? Keith, I think it just comes down to network. US Mobile, probably the best options if you want T-Mobile or AT&T coverage. If you are looking for Verizon coverage, Visible is probably going to be your best bet. And if you want to, it comes down to price. What do you need for features? Do you want to really optimize on price? Do you want to pay up front, or do you want to do month to month? I think with the current promos, right? So Visible, it's a great plan and they've got a great promo. If you want to pay monthly and you appreciate that flexibility with the option to switch at any time, $26 a month, that's going to be a great value. If you're like, you know what, I want to save as much money as possible, US Mobile Unlimited Starter with that annual option, $200 for 12 months. You're getting either unlimited data on the AT&T network, or you're going to get 70 gigs on T-Mobile or Verizon. This is another phenomenal option as well. And you'd probably end up saving quite a bit of money with this coming out to $16.60 per month. So it may not be a bad move to try US Mobile for a year, see what you think. And at the end of 12 months, I think I mentioned this before, it'll be around November, right around Black Friday 2026. You can pop it into a month-to-month plan and then kind of evaluate the playing field, see who's got the new best promo, and I'm sure there will be great promos from different carriers. So that's what I would consider. Left on for you. Thanks, Stetson. You're most welcome. Thank you, Left on for you, for all your work. Good suggestion. It prevents the first user from getting to the top or people upvoting a comment with multiple accounts. Yeah, I like it. I think that's a great system. Other people can post their links there. What is the worst experience you've had with any cellular provider? I feel like I'm lucky. I've had very good experiences. The worst one that comes to mind is well documented on YouTube, and it's when I tried to sign up for Trump Mobile, and it was absolutely wild. And for those of you who are curious, oh my God, I don't think Trump Mobile has billed me, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll take it though. I'll take it. And let me see. I think I have 2 accounts with them. That was an absolute mess. Okay. They have updated the dashboard significantly. Check this out. I have to be a little careful here. Also, I think I'm going to sneeze. One second. Where's the mute button? Oh, nope. Nope, we're good. All right. This is the new dashboard, right? It says dashboard. Stetson, here's my number, my enroll ID. Who knows what that is for? My account is active. They're very clear now. It comes with 20 gigs of high-speed data, voice over LTE 5G, regular data. I don't know why it says that. Unlimited minutes. Okay. Unlimited texts. It looks like it expired September 7th, 2025, but I assure you it is still working. I think I have one of the phones here that actually has it. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. The tricky thing is you have so many phones, it is possible to lose a cell phone plan. I know that is ridiculous to even say out loud, but it happens to the best of us, okay? Happens to the best of us. Cellular, nope, it's not on this one. Where is it? Hang on. Have you guys ever misplaced your eSIM on one of your devices? Probably not. Maybe that's just a me thing. Okay, we got it. We got it. Trump Mobile. Let me pop this on. And yeah, oh my gosh. Let's see. Update, off. Yeah. Look at that. It's working. I'll full screen. Oh gosh. How do I mute? I think that'll work. Full screen this. I mean, we just got text and voicemails coming through, so I'm not sure why it says the plan's expired. But this is probably the worst experience because they... Can you see that? Focus, Logitech. I think I had this problem last stream. One of these days I will cave and I will get a new webcam that can actually focus. This is ridiculous. I just don't. And then it's like focusing on my microphone half the time. I don't like... But if I put the phone down here, it'll like defocus on me and focus on the microphone. Anyway, it still says Trump. It still works. I haven't been billed for it, which I'm thankful for. And yeah, the website got some big updates. So this is the dashboard. This is what the dashboard looks like. I have to actually go through one at a time here because some of these do have my address on it, and we don't want that leaking out. Manage payment. Probably don't need to do that. SIM services. Yep, don't want to show that one. Billing details. Let me see. Ha! Check this out. This is the hack, everybody. No invoice found. They just stopped billing me. They just gave me free service. That's wild. But yeah, I mean, so many more tabs. Before it was just like 3 tabs. International calling, device purchase history. Hang on. Let me check plan renew. Yeah. Oh, this is funny. Okay, autopay is active. You do not need to renew manually. Your plan will automatically renew upon expiry. The 47 plan, still $47.45 a month, although closer to 60. Due date September 7th. No way am I clicking anything or touching that, but I have not received a bill from what I can tell based on my credit card history. So there you go. They now have, this is cool. Yeah, here we go. This will actually work. Plan usage, 0.03 megabytes out of unlimited. They've got a date selector. Look at this. They were cooking. September, apply. Do I have to click submit? Usage type, data. Submit. Data usage, billable unit. It's so funny. What are they doing? What are they doing? You can add more lines, it looks like now? Crazy. Crazy. Anyway, the activation process for this, which is that video you saw, probably one of the worst experiences I think I've had. So I hope that's helpful. Or at least entertaining, right? Gabriel, I think I probably did miss your question, so I appreciate you for bringing them back. Is roaming on US Cellular considered domestic roaming on T-Mobile, or is it one network and unlimited? I think with the purchase, it is just one network and unlimited. And before, I mean, I think US Cellular customers could roam on T-Mobile before when they left the native US Cellular network, and I'm pretty sure that was unlimited. So I think it's just unlimited roaming. All right. Important. I got my 5G SIM card before 5G Advanced came out. Should I convert it to eSIM or get another SIM card, or the current one support T-Mobile 5G Advanced? That is a good question. You know, I feel like I have heard from reps in the industry that it's a good idea to get new SIM cards every once in a while, but I don't feel like I have a good reason why, or if a new SIM card necessarily helps with certain features. Personally, if I were in your shoes, I like having eSIM at the moment. Well, that's a half truth. It's actually a royal pain in the butt, to be honest. But everything else has eSIM, and the good news is swapping iPhone's eSIM to eSIM is quite easy. So I appreciate that. And Android, I think it's getting easier too. So if I were in your shoes, I would consider getting another SIM card just to make sure you have the latest and greatest is what I would suggest you consider. How many views did my Trump video get? I think, David, it got like 1.3 million. Let me give you the current number. It was wild. I did not expect that at all. The story behind that video is I wanted to add it to my website and I didn't know what features were supported. And I thought, oh, I'll just sign up for the service and then I can check the features for myself and not have to contact a rep, right? And then, well, the video unfolded. So it's got 1,344,075 views. Absolutely insane. So, and I have to make a follow-up for that. That's also in the pipeline. That is also in the pipeline. Gabriel, Samsung, it is easy now. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Any downsides on eSIM versus physical SIM? I would say the biggest downsides to eSIM, sometimes it can be tricky if you are going from iPhone to Android or Android to iPhone in terms of transferring that eSIM. Much easier to just pop a physical SIM out and pop it in a new device. Another potential downside, so I know like a lot of iPhones, for example, they support dual eSIM profiles. So you can have multiple SIMs on eSIM at the same time. Android, candidly, I'm not 100% sure. I do think a lot of Samsung phones have that, so you might not need to worry about it. But for example, if you're traveling abroad, I think, so I'm actually rethinking this. Normally I would say, yeah, no, I think you want your primary network on eSIM so that when you travel abroad, your physical SIM tray is available to use in a country that you're visiting. Because a lot of the rest of the world still uses physical SIM cards. And that's why you see the international model iPhone still has that physical SIM tray. So if I were in your shoes, I'd probably pop it on eSIM and leave that physical SIM open for another SIM if you're traveling abroad, perhaps. Ernesto, what is your daily driver? My personal daily driver is, one second. Oh, it's so much better without the case. It is that iPhone 17 Pro, and I'm on the US Mobile Unlimited Starter Plan, currently testing out the Mobile X line as well. So that is what's powering it. I'm also realizing how dusty this phone is right now. I'll have to microfiber that later. Ooh, would you rather have half coverage but twice the speed, or half the speed but twice the coverage? Also, 92154. I got you. My answer, I mean, it does, well, see, what are you doing, Logitech camera? My answer is you want half the speed but twice the coverage. Being able to use your phone in more places is significantly more valuable than being able to use it in fewer places but have faster speeds. That's my take. I'd rather be able to communicate with people anywhere, even if it's slow. So there you go. And to answer your question, what network has the best coverage and performance in zip code 92154? Let's find out. Let's start off with that coverage report. Boom. 92154. We are going to San Diego, California. Oh, I've heard such amazing things about San Diego. So lucky to be there. Coverage-wise, T-Mobile looks to be the best. Wow, they might be the best almost across the board here. So 100% coverage versus 98.7 and 97.1. 105.6 megabits per second for the median download versus 66.7 and 33. This is kind of funny. And then reliability 8.1 and then 6.2 and 5.8. T-Mobile definitely looking the best based on the data we have. Scrolling down, looking at the coverage, does look like AT&T has the best coverage. T-Mobile, I would call that basically a second place marker for me, though. A lot of great coverage, a lot of good coverage, a little bit of poor coverage, but more coverage overall than AT&T. Seems very strong. Let's check the data speeds. T-Mobile, very strong download, very strong upload, although all the carriers seem pretty decent. Very usable. Let's check the map. What are we looking at? The map is probably my favorite part, just because of how fun it is. Let's fly over to San Diego. Here we go. Jump. Wow. Oh, we're looking at best carrier, best download right now. I mean, do you see how much magenta there is right now? Need I say more? I think the map speaks for itself. Let's switch over to average. I mean, I think T-Mobile is going to be your answer based on the data we have. I mean, look at those median speeds. I guess these are average speeds, but we do best. Those are so fast. That's incredible. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. They just painted it all in. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm impressed. Yeah, I think it's going to be T-Mobile. I mean, if we do AT&T and we'll just do carrier. Yeah, it looks okay. Verizon's fast. Could be a great second. But T-Mobile, my gosh. I think the answer is T-Mobile. My personal pick for the best T-Mobile plan at this particular moment would be, it depends on your needs. I'd be fine with T-Mobile, US Mobile Unlimited Starter. $16.60 a month is one heck of a good deal. But if you, for whatever reason, needed truly unlimited data or more hotspot, then unlimited premium could be the move with that annual plan. But I think that is your answer. Jonathan, currently I have Visible Plus for 26 and have Google Fi. Bring your own device. Would I be saving money if I just move over to US Mobile and do multi-network? Jonathan, that's a great question, and I think the answer is yes. For those of you who are curious, I can give you a quick demo here. So US Mobile, it turns out when you sign up, you have the option to do a multi-network add-on. So you go to your account and you pick a line, and you can see there's an option to add a second network. And what this lets you do is it lets you add a second network to your phone that supports dual SIM. And what are you getting with this? Well, you're getting a new eSIM that has a new phone number on the new network that you select. And the way it works is you get 100 gigs of shared multi-network data, and you can toggle between the SIM cards and switch between the networks as much as you want up until that first 100 gigs of total usage. And then after 100 gigs, you will continue getting unlimited data on your primary network. So right now, Jonathan, he's saying his setup is Visible Plus. So that's unlimited data on Verizon, and Google Fi, which is probably 50 gigs or 100 gigs, depending on the plan, on T-Mobile. And Jonathan, if you wanted to, and so that net cost is what, like $52, maybe $55 a month after taxes and fees. If you wanted to, you could actually switch to US Mobile. You could grab their current promotion right now. Let's just go back to the promo so we can take a look. You could grab the unlimited starter plan, and this is available on all the networks with the current promo. In fact, if you wanted to, you could do unlimited premium, really go all out. Unlimited premium, sign up on T-Mobile or Verizon, and you'd be getting unlimited priority data on the Verizon network. And you could add the T-Mobile network for $10 extra a month. And they might even do a annual discount on that add-on. But either way, let's assume $10 a month, and you'd be looking at $34.90 per month for your first year. That would be significantly less than the $55 you're probably paying now, and give you unlimited data. It would give you 100 gigs of that shared multi-network data, which I think would be really good. Full price, you'd be looking at $32.50 a month, and net cost would be $42.50 a month with the add-on, which is still going to be less than what you're paying now. So I think, Jonathan, it might be worth switching over. Sounds like you would save money and get the multiple network coverage that you're looking for. So I hope that's helpful. Oh, interesting. JC the nerd correcting me, saying premium gives you 100 gigs of shared data, and starter, which is actually what I have, so this is super helpful to know, 70 gigs shared. And that actually makes sense. I mean, for me, I'm on starter, and so if I added it, I would just get 70 gigs shared no matter what. So hopefully that's good. Este, we're going back to the coverage map. This is interesting. Este saying, dang, my issue with T-Mobile is it would stop working as soon as it showed LTE, even with full bars. The main reason I switched to visible, it keeps working even in elevators. Well, in that case, I mean, Verizon still looks like, oh, you're not even looking at this. It still looks like Verizon is an excellent network in your area. So I would stick with it. I mean, you know better than anyone because you live here. You know the experience, you know the indoor performance, the outdoor performance, what it's like. If you're getting coverage where you need it on visible, I mean, I would stick with that. Just because a carrier gets the fastest speeds doesn't necessarily, it's always going to get the best speeds, especially indoors and stuff. So there you go. Vartan, it is worth noting Google Fi does have better priority than Lightspeed. My question would be, well, how much does that matter on T-Mobile when the network has so much capacity? I don't think it does, but I will hopefully be testing that before the end of this year. We'll see. And we'll hopefully get some actual numbers behind that, or I'll eat my words and be completely wrong. Big Tank, it seems like you only focus on annual plans. I would say for US Mobile, that is what they're promoting right now with the best rate. So that has been, you're absolutely right, a big focus. The monthly rates are also great too. US Mobile Unlimited Premium, $35 a month with the current discount, or Starter, $25 a month. Those are also great values as well. So that's what I would say. And if you need them month to month, I mean, Visible, the 26 a month, so good. So good. So good. Ronald's Public Media, thank you so much for your question. What are the best AT&T network carriers in 673? Don't recommend US Mobile. How come you say don't recommend US Mobile? Like, what do you want? Do you want the best or do you want to pay extra? That's my question to you. So what are the best AT&T network carriers? If you're looking for AT&T network, right? Like, let's pop over. Really, this is a plan question, it sounds like. Pop over to the bestphoneplans.net website. And I mean, let's just go ahead and do coverage AT&T. Data, 15 gigs to unlimited, and we'll scroll down. So here's how come I recommend US Mobile so much. The most affordable option with a plan that has 15 gigs to unlimited is Free Up Mobile 15 gig annual plan. All right. For the same annual plan, and this is with, let's add in taxes and fees here. Oh, shoot, hang on. I don't know if I can reload it and the filters will apply. Nah, it'll be worth it. Oh, maybe it did work. Tax included. I think it did work. All right, cool. So with taxes and fees, Free Up's plan comes out to $23.60 per month. For $1.10 less, you can go from 15 gigs to truly unlimited high-speed data on US Mobile. You'd go from no hotspot to 20 gigabytes of hotspot. Granted, this plan does have 4K streaming, so that is a bit better than 720p. You will have the option to add a tablet line if you so choose. Instead of getting international calls to 60 countries, you get international calls to over 200 countries. You get international texting. You get a gig in Canada and Mexico, and you get a gig in 67 countries. This is how come I recommend... Oh, this promo unfortunately has ended, so I need to update that. But this is how come I recommend or suggest you consider US Mobile so frequently. It's just because the price to performance ratio is so good. You could do Cricket Unlimited. But again, for the same price as US Mobile, instead of getting unlimited data with no hotspot, you can get unlimited data with 20 gigs of hotspot. And instead of 480p video streaming, you can get 720p video streaming. To Cricket's credit, they do give you a $10 watch add-on, and you have a $35 20 gig tablet line add-on. Or US Mobile, you can start at $10 and get a 2 gig tablet line. US Mobile also, for their monthly plan, charges extra for international. So Cricket does have, well, US Mobile, better international texting, 200 countries versus 37. Actually, better international calling too. $3 for calls to over 200 countries versus $5 to calls to 35 countries. Cricket, better in Canada and Mexico though. Unlimited roaming in Canada and Mexico versus $15 for a gig. So Cricket a little bit better in that regard. But same price. I mean, I think the hotspot is the biggest feature for me. That's actually a deal breaker. US Mobile, such a great value. These plans are a joke. I mean, 30 gigs on Boost, 20 gigs on Unreal, 20 gigs on FreeUp, 16 gigs on AT&T with an annual plan. Like, US Mobile is so much better than all of these. Same thing here, 15, 30, 100 on US Cellular. Although I'm not sure how come US Cellular is here. They should be using the US Cellular network. We've got FreeUp, Red Pocket. I guess I still need to update this. This is now 50 gigs. But yeah, unlimited on US Mobile. And then you get to their premium option and it's like, well, this plan is so much better. You know, 32 a month for 15 gigs versus 32.50 for unlimited high speed, unlimited priority data as opposed to deprioritized, right? Up to 200 gigs of hotspot data, which is insane. 4K video streaming, free international texting, free international calling, 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and 20 gigs in 67 countries. So yeah, I mean, Ronald, I'm not sure what you want me to say here. I feel like I'm trying to help people get the best plan, save the most money, and I know you hear me talk about US Mobile a lot. I'm sure it's annoying. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason how come. It's just because it's so good. It's such a good value. I guess you could consider Workphone. They are on the AT&T network, powered by gigs, unlimited high speed. It's unlimited priority, 10 gigs of hotspot. I mean, you're still getting more hotspot from US Mobile, and you're getting better international features from US Mobile as well. So food for thought there. Yeah, I mean, it's just hard. And you get to Cricket, you're at $45 a month, unlimited, deprioritized, 15 gigs of hotspot. US Mobile, $1 less. It's unlimited. It's now priority, 200 gigs of hotspot, 4K video. So yeah, I mean, I think Cricket can be decent, but I really think US Mobile's it's just such a great value. So I hope that's helpful. And yeah, for AT&T, Cricket, it can be a great option. You can go to a physical store for help and support. Their plans are a pretty decent value. So there you go. Do you think the Mint Mobile annual plan for $180 is a steal? Jonathan, yes, I do. Mint Mobile for $180 a year is an absolute steal. That is such a good value. Vertical Transit Adventure's best carrier for 2025. Man, it's tough to say. You guys just heard me rant about US Mobile. Maybe not rant, but promote them a bunch. I think they've got a strong offering. And what makes them strong is they've got, in my opinion, a really good account dashboard for managing your lines. I think they've got a great experience for monitoring and tracking your data usage and even seeing what your cycle average is. I like that you can add a second network, right? Like, what other carriers let you do this? None let you add a second network. I think Red Pocket lets you switch, but it's not the same. And my favorite, switching devices is super easy. You just click a button and you can switch to a different device. I do that all the time. It just works. I love it. I absolutely love it. And data waster mode pops on the 4K video streaming. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of what they do. Runner up. Tough to say. I'd be curious what you guys think would be the best carrier. Nino, the only carriers that have service at work in the sub-basement and in elevators are Verizon and AT&T. T-Mobile is nowhere to be found. Yeah, you could be absolutely correct. Alexander the tech guy. Look at Aroostook County, Maine, please. Yeah, sure. Let's find out what's going on in Maine. Maine's a great state, very beautiful, Great fishing up there. Incredible views. Let's go check it out. 04769. All right. Very interesting. Wow. There's one carrier that stands out here. AT&T, 89.5% coverage. T-Mobile, 73.7. Verizon, 97.9. That sounds like a radio station, 97.9. AT&T has the fastest median download speeds, 84.4. T-Mobile in second, 31. Verizon in last, 6. That is shockingly slow. And AT&T, a 10 out of 10 reliability score. That is incredible. You are actually in a US cellular coverage zone, so shout out to them. 82% coverage, 15 megabit per second median download speed, 6.4 out of 10 reliability. I just want to go ahead, check the coverage. Dang, it's tough out there. It does look like AT&T, maybe not bad. Verizon seems like they're more optimistic. US Cellular also seems very optimistic. Looking at the median upload now, AT&T, yeah, Verizon. Here's the problem. Verizon is so low, it's not even showing. That's got to be like 1 point something or 0 point something. US Cellular 3. AT&T, strong download, strong upload. That is what I am leaning towards right now. If we check the map, this will give us some new insights into what kind of crowdsourced data there is. Probably not a whole lot. Wow, you're really up there. Check it out. Verizon. It looks like they did roll out their 5G UW network. That's November 3rd, 2025. Is that today? Someone was there today, you guys, and ran a speed test. That is awesome. Alexander, the tech guy. Wait, was this you? We've got this one, 4/17, 2025. All right, where are these slow ones coming in? 2024, 2024, 2023. So it is plausible that, yeah, November 2nd, this is all 2025. It is plausible that this area has seen some improvements on the Verizon network. Could make it a strong contender. Let's check AT&T. Looks like more mapping is done. Better performance on AT&T, which might make it a great network to start with. But I would be very curious if you're in this area to get Verizon and check it out. And then let's go ahead and check T-Mobile. What is cooking there? Oh, actually looks pretty decent. Decent speeds, yeah. This is October 30th, 2025, October 22nd. So someone is up here running tests, 2023. The slower tests do appear to be from older times, so that's kind of interesting to check out. Signal strength-wise, wow. Looks like just one tower. Are they all sharing that tower? That's T-Mobile. AT&T? Nope, AT&T's got a tower more in town. Probably less coverage outside of town, though. And it kind of looks like just one tower. That's fascinating. And potentially weaker coverage rural-wise. Verizon looks like 2 towers. Probably better coverage overall. So, yeah, tough to say. I think Verizon might have the best tower layout and could be worth considering, especially since they upgraded to 5G UW. AT&T is a strong performer and probably underestimating their coverage footprint, but I hope that's helpful. I don't know exactly what I would pick. Actually, I do know. I think I would pick Verizon, and I would run more tests on the speed test map to map it out and update all of these squares. But that's what I got. Alexander, thank you so much for the chat. Oh, interesting to know, the multi-network add-on is half the hotspot allowance. So premium is 50 gigs and starter is 10 gigs. I appreciate you guys for these comments. I genuinely have no idea. And US Mobile sometimes makes it challenging to find that out. Ron B, can we hit the like button? Yeah, Ron, that's a great question. If you're watching, you're one of the 210 people watching, please consider hitting the like button because it helps me out and it helps support my channel and the things I do. So if you get value, please consider taking 1 second and just tapping that like button. I appreciate you. All right, let's answer some more questions. Jonathan saying Carson, California, 90745. Let's find out. Let's see what we got cooking. This is also the map. Let's just go to CoverageMap.com and search for 90745. and we'll go to Los Angeles, California. You guys can also check this out as well. I'll copy the link to the coverage search tool if you ever want to pop on the site and see what coverage is like in your area, see the full report, completely free. We also have a free mobile app for iPhone and Android, so consider checking that out. In this area, man, right off the rip, it looks like T-Mobile is the best. So all are saying 100% coverage. T-Mobile, best median download speeds, 226 megabits per second. Verizon in second, 84.2 megabits per second. AT&T third, 53.6 megabits per second. Reliability-wise, T-Mobile, 10 out of 10. Verizon, 8 out of 10. AT&T, 7 out of 10. Let's check the coverage footprints. I mean, all neck and neck here except for Dish. Also, RIP Dish. I feel like we should probably remove those from the site at this point, now that the network is getting shut down. Looking at the download, T-Mobile crushing it. T-Mobile crushing it, download and upload. Wow, I am surprised. Let's check the map. I think T-Mobile is going to be the answer here. If we go ahead, we can actually pop back to the map and zoom in again to Carson, California. I'm sure it's also going to be beautiful. Oh, not too far away from San Diego. Well, I say this as someone who has no perception of distance. This is probably like an 8-hour drive or something ridiculous. Well mapped out in this area. Definitely seems like Verizon's got their 5G UW network slapped down. Great speeds. That's awesome to see. If we pop over to T-Mobile, T-Mobile's got their 5G UC network also deployed. Very fast speeds in this area. Actually, yeah, very good speeds. 700, 900, 900, over 1,000. I'm impressed. AT&T, they've got their 5G Plus network rolled out, over 500 megabits per second down on a lot of these squares. If we do check out that best carrier view, it looks like a very healthy mix between these different networks. Maybe AT&T getting a bit better performance in certain regions and markets, but it's kind of, it almost looks like a tower by tower basis here. Like AT&T might have a tower up here getting some fast speeds. Verizon might have a tower down here getting some fast speeds. So very healthy competition. And I'm sure if we go to the signal strength, yeah, bam, that's Verizon, that's covered. T-Mobile covered, AT&T covered. I don't think you can go wrong. I think based on the data that we're seeing, I might lean a little bit more towards T-Mobile or possibly Verizon for those fast speeds. So Jonathan, I hope that is helpful. Really depends on what you get. I mean, some people were mentioning T-Mobile is not getting the best performance indoors, and for that reason, it might be better to consider Verizon. So I hope that's helpful. Best new customer deal for the iPhone 17 and the Ultra 2/3 watch. Steve, it depends how many lines you have. You're probably not going to want to hear this, but in my opinion, the best overall deal is going to be to go with a prepaid cell phone carrier and buy the devices outright. So doing a trade-in deal or buying outright from Apple. If I'm in your shoes, I think one of the best options to look at is going to be the Visible Plus Pro plan, right? So you can grab Visible Plus Pro. That's going to be $33 a month with the promo. This is going to include a free Apple Watch line. So even though you're not getting a big discount on the phone, paying $33 a month flat for your service, huge savings, absolutely huge savings. Then you can trade in your current iPhone and your current watch to get the iPhone 17 and that Apple Watch Ultra. If you wanted an Apple Watch Ultra 2, which is something I'm actually thinking about personally, I'm done with the Series 9. I'm ready for that Ultra. I wish I had gotten the Ultra to begin with. But let's do Apple Watch Ultra 2. You can see that these prices are starting at, looks like $419 for a black one. That's actually, wait a minute, okay, this is mislabeled. Who labeled this as black? That is clearly natural titanium. Looks like a couple dings on it. All right, that one's okay. That one's okay. Let's see what else we got. Unlocked, black, 98% battery health. All right, this one is properly black. Looks like it's coming with some nice watch bands too. That's fun to see. It's always nice when you buy used and someone else like already dumped a bunch of money on Apple Watch bands and you save money on that too. I love that. I love that. Yeah, minor scuffs and scratches. Okay. That's, I'd say, typical from normal wear and tear. Probably some on the power button, yeah, or whatever. Not the end of the world, not the end of the world. 453. What is this retail for? Like 800 new? You'd save so much money. Let's do non-sponsored. 387 Verizon. Is it locked to Verizon? Does Verizon do that to watches? I don't even want to know. I got a smaller watch. Not sure I'm sold on that one. Unlocked natural black good 100% battery. What's the damage here? What are we looking at? 100% battery. Ooh, definitely some nicks on that one. It's still half price though. You know what I mean? End of the world. What happened here? That's supposed to be on your wrist. 412 though. Anyway, I will look at, I'm like doing my own shopping right now. It's like, ooh, they all look so good. Natural, unlocked. Oh, this is also mislabeled and also has some nicks, but wow, look at the watch face. Oh, I miss it. Are they taking these photos at 1:30? No, what is that? 12:30? 003-121? Midnight? Yeah, 1:31 in the morning. Is that how that works? 12:30 at night? That's crazy. No band though. All right. Anyway, Steve, I think that's your answer. The answer is visible, and you're like, well, how do you know? Boom. I've done the math out. For one line, the Apple trade-in and a $25 plan. This is for the Pro Max. So forgive me for not having the baseline model done, but it's pretty much the most affordable option no matter what. If we do group by lines, so this is upgrading every year. This is upgrading every 2 years. If we upgrade every 3 years and do it group by lines, same thing. It's just so affordable. So that's the move. That's the move. Stetson shopping stream. Yeah, it's bad. I do want one. I told myself I would get and treat myself to an Apple Watch Ultra, either 2 or the 3. I mean, saving $400 does sound really nice, but the new one has 5G, you guys. Maybe I can count it as a business expense, get the 5G, test it out on my Visible Plus Pro line. That could be fun. That could be fun. Either way, yeah. I told myself I would get that after I finish my epic iPhone speed test video. So that is my incentive to finish the video. And I do want the watch, so that'll move me forward. All watches are unlocked. Kyle, that is what I thought. That is what I thought. Simi, what are your thoughts on AT&T Next Up Anytime? Great question. The answer is it is 100% worth it if you like to upgrade every 1 or 2 years on AT&T. And I actually have that perfectly done out on the spreadsheet right here. So this is upgrading every 3 years. Of course, it doesn't make any sense if you're upgrading every 3 years because that's the normal term. But if you upgrade every 2 years, you can see AT&T Unlimited Starter with Next Up Anytime actually ends up costing less than the regular AT&T Unlimited Starter plan, just because you can upgrade sooner and take full advantage of the promotion. So that's a great way. Same with Unlimited Extra and Unlimited Premium. So those are really good options. Actually, a substantial difference on Unlimited Premium. It's a really good option on AT&T that's upgrading every 2 years, and same thing with every 1 year. AT&T Unlimited Starter with Next Up Anytime. Actually, the second most affordable option if you like to upgrade your device every year. And then with Next Up Anytime is the 5th most affordable one. Oh, I'm counting that wrong. Is the 4th most affordable one. And then AT&T Unlimited Premium. So it's awesome. If you like getting the newest phone every year, awesome, awesome plan. Highly recommend it. All right, we got a question from Michael Fortner. Hey, bro, I sent you 2 comments. I'm not sure if you can go back and look at them. Give me an answer to those 2 comments, please. And very important to me. Greatly appreciate it, bro. Michael, I got you. Let me see if I can find them. And I apologize for missing them. Let me see here. I might have to go back into the chat. Let's see if I can find them. I'm not seeing them immediately, Michael. Are you able to repost them? If you repost them, I'll give them an answer. Here we go. I have an iPhone 16 Pro Max and I have 3 eSIMs, Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T. Verizon is my primary. When I switch between T-Mobile and AT&T, I have issues with AT&T showing 5G Plus. It shows AT&T Turbo 5G. It sounds like you're just paying for AT&T Turbo. Do you have this issue too? It turns out I do not. So for my lines, I generally have either one device for each. I actually got these color-coded iPhone. These are 16s. Somewhat tempted to upgrade to 17s, but I won't. I'm smarter than that. One on T-Mobile, red on Verizon, one on AT&T. So usually it's just network specific. And when I'm doing my network testing on these devices, this phone does have T-Mobile and an AT&T SIM in it. But I'm only, T-Mobile and Verizon, but I'm only using one SIM card at a time. But yeah, I don't notice that issue. And I'm also not paying for AT&T Turbo. So maybe if you pay for Turbo, they just don't show the 5G Plus icon. And you might still be connected. Like if you run a speed test and you're getting fast speeds, your phone is probably connected to AT&T 5G Plus. For whatever reason, it's just not showing the icon. So I hope that's helpful. Alvin, best iPhone 17 Pro color. I'm going to be honest, Alvin. I bought the blue. I really like it, but I think the internet, at least my feed on Twitter, has convinced me that silver is in fact the best one. The blue, it looks great, and I still love it. But yeah, I think the neutral color of that raw aluminum on silver is just such a nice color, and it goes well with every case. The blue, I don't think it goes very well with the different cases. So that's what I say, and I hope that's helpful. Whoa. Sully's watching. Love the help you provide. I have 7 lines in a family plan with balances due on Verizon. Where can I take all 7 lines to get them paid off? Best value plans for priority data. Thank you. Sully, I think your best option at the moment, from my understanding, is going to be, all right, T-Mobile contract buyout. Bam, here we go. You may consider taking a look at T-Mobile. And they are saying, ditch Verizon and upgrade to the best mobile network in the US. We'll help you pay off 4 of your current phones at up to $800 per line via virtual prepaid cards and hook you up with 4 phones on us, all for $100 a month. There's never been a better time to join. I think you can do this with more than 4 lines. So could be worth looking at T-Mobile. They'll pay off at least 4 of your devices, and that could be a move. If you have multiple people on your account who are, I don't even know what age you have to be, but who have good credit scores and want to sign up, it might make sense splitting your account into 2 separate T-Mobile accounts so you can double down on this promotion and effectively have 2 different groups sign up. I don't think you need to get the T-Mobile devices because those will be locked, and I think you might need to trade in your current ones. But if you are on Verizon, your phones should be unlocked automatically after 60 days. So that means they should work with T-Mobile, and it's just about paying off your remaining balance. So you can go ahead, switch, use the money that T-Mobile sends you to pay off your remaining balance, and then you should be good to go. And you hopefully will have a more affordable bill as well. And the best option, I think, on T-Mobile, best value overall, is probably going to be that Experience More plan. So I hope that's helpful. And yeah, you can see what you got. Michael, definitely let me know if you have any other questions. Here we go. Michael, what happens is I have to switch back and forth to force the phone into 5G Plus. It's hard to explain my issues over comments. I have another comment posted too. Dang, sorry you're having that issue. That is frustrating. Yeah, JC the Nerd, how strong is 5G Plus? Does it happen only at one place? Dang, Taylor's saying AT&T buys out 10 lines. So hold up. We might have a better deal. Let's do AT&T buyout. Wait, whoa, hang on. Go back. Hold up, this is interesting. This is rewardcenteroffers.com. So AT&T Rewards Switch and will pay off your current phone balance. Up to 10 smartphone lines on any eligible plan. Requires port-in of new smartphone lines and activation on eligible postpaid plan. Eligible payoff amount varies based on purchase date, purchase location, and remaining balance on the smartphone line. Redemption is required within 60 days of activation. Card delivered in 8 to 10 weeks. $35 activation fee per line. Restrictions apply. See offer details. This could also be a move. I mean, if they're doing up to 10 lines, that's hard to beat. That is hard to beat. So it could be worth looking at that as well. All right, Nino, I see your super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. I went from the Apple Watch Series 5 to Ultra 2 and got a good discount at Best Buy. Can't go wrong with Watch Cellular. I like to disconnect and not be on my phone. That is so fair. I respect it. It's these things are addicting, and it's nice to take a break sometimes. Still be connected where you need it. Get those important messages, notifications, things such as that, and just leave that phone behind. Let me see. Power 57, what is your opinion on Straight Talk? I think it's okay. I think you're going to want to consider Visible or Total Wireless. Those are my preferred carriers on the Verizon network in terms of Verizon's carrier-owned prepaid brands. Jake is asking, what's your favorite Visible plan? Jake, I think my favorite Visible plan is going to be that middle option, Visible Plus. Visible Plus Pro, it's so nice, and it is nice that it includes that cellular watch and the faster hotspot data, but I'm all about helping people save money, and I think the regular Visible Plus plan, I mean, they say it here, it's the best value, right? $26 a month, unlimited priority, unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. It's just that sweet spot, you know? The story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, is that right? Yeah. This is the sweet spot. This is that not too hot, not too cold, porridge, just right. It's Visible Plus. So that's what I recommend. Ronald's Public Media. What do you think about the AT&T prepaid $240 annual plan? Let's pull it up. Just make sure I'm not missing it. Is that the one with, okay. This is the plan. So it's advertised on AT&T's site. 1 year of unlimited, $240 for 12 months. Yeah, this is a 16 gig plan, after which you get unlimited data at 1.5 megabits per second. I think I personally would rather, for an annual plan, instead of this, who is in the chat who is like, you talk about US Mobile too much. You're right, I do, and this is why. For less money, you can do US Mobile Unlimited Starter Annual. Okay, this is currently on sale. Where's the US Mobile tab? There should be like a million of them. Oh, this is my dashboard. Can I go back to the website? US Mobile Unlimited Starter. This is another annual plan. And the reason I'm mentioning an annual plan is because the AT&T plan is also annual. So if you're thinking of doing one annual plan, you might as well look at another. $16.60 a month, taxes and fees included, $200 flat. So you're saving $40 and you're getting more features, right? So with this plan, US Mobile's plan, you're getting unlimited high-speed data as opposed to just 16 gigs. You're getting 20 gigs of hotspot. That's double the 10 gigs on AT&T directly. And you're getting way better international features, all included. So I would go US Mobile. Not that AT&T is bad, but I think US Mobile is better. So that's what I said. Oh, I see. Vertical Transit Adventures. I thought you meant 2025, but you mean what is the best cell phone carrier for zip code 22025? I totally missed that, and I sincerely apologize. Let's find out for you. All right, coverage search 22025, and we're going to Virginia. Looking at the data here, I feel like this is so common. T-Mobile, 100% coverage. Verizon, 99.7%. AT&T, 98.4%. Fastest median speeds, I mean, looking at it again, T-Mobile, 213.5 megabits per second. Verizon, in third. AT&T in second, 84 megabits per second. Verizon in third, 77.9 megabits per second. Honestly, pretty close between Verizon and AT&T. Reliability, Verizon, 9.8 out of 10. AT&T, 9.8 out of 10. T-Mobile, 8.9 out of 10. So Pretty close. T-Mobile, fastest speeds. Looking at the coverage breakdown, also very similar. It does look like Verizon thinks they have the best coverage, so that's fair. Worth keeping that in mind. And then looking at the median speeds, AT&T with the fastest upload, T-Mobile still really good upload, Verizon's slowest upload. Probably would lean a little bit more towards AT&T or T-Mobile here. Leaning T-Mobile right now. Let's go ahead and check that map. See what we got on the map itself. Going to Dumfries, Virginia. And we'll just do the regular carrier map. Looks like Verizon does have 5G UW rolled out, so that's good to see, especially along that highway. AT&T. Also, AT&T 5G Plus is rolled out. Great to see. And T-Mobile. 5G UC also rolled out. Everywhere, you probably can't go wrong, honestly. I mean, looking at the signal strength here, this is AT&T. Looks like a couple of towers, making sure that highway is nice and covered. Pop over to T-Mobile. Similar story, similar deal. Verizon, similar story. Yeah, I mean, I think all look excellent. I would probably lean maybe a little bit more towards AT&T, but T-Mobile did have the fastest median speeds. If we pop back to that speed test map and color by best carrier, I mean, you're seeing a lot of T-Mobile here. So I would consider going T-Mobile, I think. Vertical Transit Adventures. I hope that's helpful. All right, we got a super chat coming in from Michael Fortner. Michael, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Hey, bro, love the cellular data switching series shortcut trick you showed. Happy you're enjoying it. That is an awesome one. I have 3 cellular plans. Is there a series shortcut to turn off and turn on eSIM? That is a fantastic question. Michael, I'm sure there is, and I am not sure where it is or how to make it. Let me see if we can Google. It looks like you can kind of create it. So just a quick Google search here on Reddit. It looks like you can do eSIM management, turn on the cellular plan. So you might need to configure this where, I'm not sure, like if you have one, I'm imagining you have one number, one SIM, that is your primary SIM. And you want to toggle between the secondary SIMs that you have. You might be able to configure a toggle that uses the cellular plan names to make sure you're only toggling between plans 2 and 3 that you have that are not your primary. And then you can maybe use another shortcut to swap between data. I hope that makes sense. It kind of depends on your personal setup, and you might need to kind of hop into Apple shortcuts and experiment with what you can configure. But I hope that is helpful. And I will say, you might be able to use ChatGPT or another AI chatbot to just think of the logic on how that might work. And then once you have the logic down, it should be, relatively straightforward to kind of program that. Raheem, hey, Stetson US Mobile, misleading your audience, make you look bad. Please see attachment below. Unfortunately, I don't think attachments show up in YouTube chat. Feel free to email me, though. I'm just Stetson@bestphoneplans.net. Throw that in the chat. So shoot me an email there. I mean, I've tested US Mobile personally. I use them as my primary carrier, so I feel like my experience has been good, and I'm able to speak from my experience. But, definitely there's plenty of good options out there, which is a great place to be. That's so funny. Voodoo 1013. I want to get my wife off of this AT&T $300 a year plan, but she won't budge. You know what? Part of me respects the stubbornness of your wife, but man, she would get so much more, I think, and have a better experience on US Mobile. Ooh, Musty coming in with some ideas here. What you can do, this is for you, Michael. What you can do is with that same turn on eSIM action is to just click on where that blank cellular plan is, and there is an ask anytime, and you can put that blank. Oh, that's a great idea. So basically with the shortcut, you can make it so the shortcut prompts you to pick a eSIM every time you toggle it, and that could be a great move. Alejandro, thank you so much for the chat. What is the best unlimited hotspot plan at the best price? Is it Visible Mobile? Yes. In my opinion, it is 100% Visible Mobile. You are getting, they don't really advertise this very well on their site because they say mobile hotspot, unlimited use. And they say mobile hotspot at twice the speed compared to the Visible plan. Like, what does that mean? Basically, unlimited at 5 megabits per second, unlimited at 10 megabits per second, unlimited at 15 megabits per second. Again, I think that sweet spot is unlimited at 10 megabits per second for $26 a month. So Alejandro, I would 100% look at that. Big Tank, I have no problem with US Mobile. I smell haters. Hey, every carrier has had people that have had great experiences. Every carrier has had people that have had poor experiences. It happens. It's the nature of the game, the nature of the beast. But yeah, if you have a poor experience on one, the great news is you can switch to another. So that's what I would consider doing. James, thank you so much for your chat. I have 3 T-Mobile lines, 1 Apple Watch, and an iPad Pro, $154 per month. I'm thinking of switching to Metro by T-Mobile. I'll be saving $50 per month. Zip code 28027. All right, so we've got 3 lines, a watch, and an iPad Pro. That's tricky. I honestly don't think T-Mobile is necessarily that bad. It comes down to upgrade costs too, right? Because T-Mobile is going to be giving you up to $1,100 off every 2 years if you want that new phone. You're not going to get that on Metro. And I think that that might be worth the difference. So, I mean, you're on T-Mobile now. It sounds like it's $154 per month. Can we get that lower? Can we get that lower? Let's find out. We'll get a quote for you from T-Mobile. See, can I pick a plan? Unlimited phone plans. All right. 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines, 4 lines. Perfect. So it sounds like you've got 3 lines. Oh, man. There's no way we're going to get that cheaper. I was like, oh, maybe we can do... So the Experience Beyond lets you do like a 50%. Yeah, watch and tablet lines, just $5 a month. So instead of, you know, whatever you pay for those, you can get it less. But that's $170. And that's not cheaper than $154. $140 on Experience More? No way that's going to be cheaper. All right, so I think, dang, if you're on a legacy plan and not getting the promos, then maybe Metro is the move. All right, we need 3 lines. 110, not bad. I'd probably consider this one just because you get hotspot. I think that's pretty good. All right, cool. 110. Wait, bring your phone. I mean, I guess you could do this, but you're missing out on the hotspot data. Let's do tablet plans and watch plans. Let me just get the pricing on that. Tablet looks like $20 a month. Ooh, interesting. When you sign up for our $60 a month autoplay plan and bring your own device in store, plus a 5-year price guarantee. I don't know if you can do this with a family plan, but bring your own tablet. That'd be super cool. All right, let's keep this in mind. And then watch, $10 or $5. Okay. Dang, I'm just looking at the chat right now. Mussy literally saving the day, making a shortcut for Michael. You guys are awesome. That's incredible. All right, where did this go? All right, James. $10. So let's say full price is going to be $30 for those add-ons. So mid-tier plan, you're at $140 a month. That is still less, but you're also missing out on potential trade-in credit. So I would call that a wash. If you bump up to the 60, so that would be, what did I say? 20 plus 10, 140. This would also be 5 and 5, 140. Same price, but now you're getting Amazon Prime and HD video. So that could be worth it, assuming the promo works, right? Where you bring your own device. But you're still only at 140 a month. Maybe worth it, maybe not worth it. If you bring your own phone, 85 a month plus the $30 extra, you're at 115, and that's closer to the $50 in savings. So yeah, it depends, I guess, on what features you need, what you're looking for. $50 a month in savings could be pretty nice. Yeah. I hope that's at least somewhat helpful. I know I kind of like just rambled there. It's tricky though. You have to run the thing is, you do get some credit from T-Mobile for the upgrade. So if we do iPhone, here, let's just do the iPhone 17. T-Mobile iPhone 17, rather. Bam. iPhone 17. If you look at the deals, on us with trade-in on Experience More or Go 5G Plus. On us with any condition trade-in with Experience Beyond or Go 5G Next. On us with the new line, no trade-in needed. On us when you switch to T-Mobile. Yeah, or get $630 off when you switch. $300 off on most plans. It's not a lot, but that, I mean, $300 divided by 24 months, $12.50 per month times 3 lines. That's an extra $37. Yeah, $37 in, I think, $37.50 per month in value, effectively. It's just being able to get the $300 off on most plans. That is less than 50 though, which I guess means it makes sense to switch. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards switching now. I think that does make sense. If you really cut everything out, bring your own device, 85 a month, do the watch plans. That could be worth it. That could be worth it. Also, 28027 for the zip code. We'll give that a quick check. Coverage search, 28027. North Carolina. Yeah, I'm not going to do too much into this. It sounds like if you're on T-Mobile, it probably works for you. 100% coverage and the fastest median download speeds. I think that's probably fine. So I hope that's helpful. Este, there have been some issues with iOS 26 on some MVNOs. I've read some on the Visible Reddit. Any thoughts? That's a great question. I have not experienced any issues myself. I just updated to the latest build today. Seems to be working fine. Yeah. No problems for me so far, but sometimes there can be hiccups. Digital Yojimbo, Total Wireless has the worst service imaginable. Do you mean customer service or coverage? Have you seen the new Simple Mobile Global and Global Plus plans? International SMS is very tempting, but lacks priority data and pricing of Total Wireless. Definitely worth a look. Interesting. Yeah, Michael, great question. I wonder why AT&T hasn't increased their hotspot allowance from 60 gigs to 200 gigs yet, like T-Mobile and Verizon have on their most expensive plans. I agree. I think it makes AT&T a little bit less competitive, but at the same time, most consumers probably don't need that much hotspot data anyway. And AT&T probably doesn't want that much hotspot usage on their network. They want lower usage. They're already giving great plans and great promos where you can get the best device deal even on AT&T's cheapest plan. So it's a good value. Musty's saying, yeah, it's been sitting at 60 gigs since AT&T replaced AT&T Unlimited Elite with Unlimited Premium. You're absolutely right. SpongeBob, should I pick up new T-Mobile prepaid for 3 lines or Metro by T-Mobile? Ooh. Let me check. That's kind of a tricky question, I think, but maybe not. T-Mobile prepaid. Let me figure out what I would do. There's 3 options that I would consider. If you're looking at prepaid, then check out our plans. 3 lines, 100, 105, 120. What's Metro doing for 3 lines? 90, 110, 130. Oh, that kills me. 5 gigs of hotspot T-Mobile? That's ridiculous. What's Metro? Sorry, 130? You know what? I think my hot take, 120 a month. What can we do? It kind of depends how much data each line needs. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's go to the best phone plan site. I think this will have the answers. So let's reset this. You've got 3 lines. You're going to want T-Mobile coverage, unlimited data. What do we got? Let's scroll past the sponsored. So most affordable, US Mobile unlimited starter lightspeed annual. Pretty good option if you only need 70 gigs of data per line. 70 gigs deprioritized data, 10 gigs of hotspot, excuse me. Metro by T-Mobile, bring your own device. I think each line might need its own account for this one, but $75 a month, but no hotspot. Deal breaker for me personally. US Mobile unlimited starter lightspeed. Again, this is just the month-to-month plan. I think this is a strong contender. $75 a month, 70 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited at 1 megabit per second, 10 gigs of hotspot. I think that's a great value. Metro Starter Plus, non-starter for me because of no hotspot. Mint for 90, honestly a pretty good value. Yeah. Ooh, and Google Fi is doing a promo. You know what? Google Fi might also be a pretty good deal. All right, to answer your specific question, SpongeBob, if I was looking between T-Mobile prepaid and Metro, I would probably lean towards Metro Flex Unlimited Plus. I know it's more expensive at 130, but taxes and fees are included, which I think you're getting like $5 extra per line per month. Not an unreasonable assumption for T-Mobile prepaid, which would easily knock this up and make it more expensive. With Metro Flex Unlimited, you're going to be getting Amazon Prime and HD video streaming, which is really good. You can add watch and tablet lines for only $5, so that's awesome. 25 gigs of hotspot, I think is reasonable. 100 gig Google One membership. I would, I would look at, I'd probably go Metro between the two. And I know this one's more expensive, but I think the Amazon Prime membership makes it worth it for me personally. The other option I would consider would be, where did my tab go? I lost it. I misplaced it. Here it is. I would also consider US Mobile for that 75 a month, because then you can add Amazon Prime to this, and it becomes worth it. Metro Starter, yeah, the lack of hotspot, I can't do that. And then Google Fi. Wait, the other one could be Google Fi. Let's make sure. Let's see what we got. 50% off for 15 months. Not bad. All plans. 3 lines. Dang. 45 for 3. I would also look at this. Google Fi Unlimited Standard. It's 50 gigs priority, 25 gigs hotspot, which is perfect. Add a smartwatch line for free and comes out to 45 a month. Even if you add in the $5 extra in tax and fees per line, that's going to be what? 45, 50, 55, 60 bucks a month. I think that's a winner in my book. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah, I agree. If it's T-Mobile, who knows how much the taxes and fees will be. I just moved to New York City. AT&T have some dead zones here, which sucks. Yeah, that is a bummer. Hard to do. Voodoo's saying, dude, go Lightspeed. Yeah, it's US Mobile's got a good system, good plan, good everything. I miss John Ledger is CEO. I also miss it. Left on for you. Good night. Take care. I know you're East Coast, so thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. If my boss is giving me over $100 for one line, APC, man, my gosh, they should be my boss. Sign me up. How do I apply? Just for service, not devices. What plan should I get? Look, if I'm going all out, there's two plans I'm looking at. And they are, I should say. No, hang on. Yeah, this is it. Oh, you know what? That is the answer. In my mind, there's only one answer. Sorry, we have to do one line. If I'm in your shoes, I'm getting T-Mobile Experience Beyond because it comes with unlimited high-speed data, unlimited priority on T-Mobile. Not that it matters, but it's there. 250 gigs of hotspot, full 4K video streaming. You can add a watch and a tablet for $5 extra. Superb international features. And most importantly to me personally, you get T-Mobile's best device deals every single year. That basically means a free iPhone every year. I mean, we were just looking at that iPhone 17, but you can look at a 17 Pro or whatnot. And look, on us with trade on Experience More or Go 5G Plus, or on us with any condition trade in on Experience Beyond. So yeah, that is what I would look at. And Experience Beyond, you can upgrade every 12 months. So that's probably what I would do, especially with the extra perks that T-Mobile includes in their plans. We're looking at T-Mobile prepaid here, but Experience Beyond, Netflix on us, perfect. Apple TV, love that. Hulu, full flight Wi-Fi, just all the perks. T-Satellite, upgrade ready every year. If I had, here we go, boom, 100 a month. If I had 100 a month that I was given, I would go T-Mobile Experience Beyond. I think that's my answer. That's what I would say. What Black Friday deals are you hoping come back? Any you might suggest we wait for? I have fingers crossed for Total Wireless additional line promos. Oh my gosh. Back to the good old days of the $15 plan. That was so good. You know, that's a great question. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really remember, to be honest, the Black Friday deals. I feel like, honestly, the new iPhones come out, the new Pixel phones come out, and the deals are more or less the same throughout the entire holiday season. You know, something is free and something gets bundled. Maybe a switcher promo changes, but yeah, I think we're looking at some pretty good deals right now. It'd be awesome if Mint brought back their $15 unlimited deal. That was a really good one. Oh, Nate Roy, is it time to switch plans? 5 lines on T-Mobile Simple Choice for $170. Our family tends to keep our phones as long as we can. Zip 98001. All right, so at $170 a month divided by 5 lines, you're at $34 per line per month. I can't remember what Simple Choice includes specifically. That might be shared data or it's unlimited. Either way, I do think you might consider switching. And yeah, I mean, you could go down so much lower. So if we do CoverageMap, let's just double check you're getting the best coverage. If T-Mobile works for you, and it sounds like it does, I'd probably stick on the T-Mobile network, but we can just double check for you here on the CoverageMap website. Again, just coveragemap.com, and you guys can check this out in the comments. There's a link for you. We have a free mobile app. I would appreciate it if you downloaded it, checked it out, and gave it a 5-star rating. But either way, let's check out 98001. Oh, man, look at that. 100% coverage across the board. T-Mobile, fastest median download speeds by almost triple the amount. 324 megabits per second. Verizon, 122.2 megabits per second. AT&T, 102.5 megabits per second. 10 out of 10 reliability on T-Mobile and Verizon. 8.5 out of 10 on AT&T. Taking a look at the coverage breakdown, looks superb across the board. Taking a look at upload speeds, T-Mobile, 25.9 up. The others, okay, 13.5, 12.4. T-Mobile sounds excellent. Look, Nate, if I'm in your shoes, if you have the money for an annual plan, US Mobile Unlimited Starter, it's going to be superb if you're up for it. If you need premium, you could do that. But I think you'd save the most money with US Mobile Unlimited Starter. I mean, $16.60 times 5 lines. That would be $83 a month total. Granted, it's a lot of money up front. I'm not going to deny that. That's basically $1,000 up front for the service, but that's all you pay for a full 12 months. So that's a pretty good value right there. If you did want something monthly, I mean, you could do the regular monthly, $25 a month. That would cut your bill down to $125 a month. Is that right? Double checking my math. Yeah, $125 a month. That's still significant savings. Gets you a great plan. If you need something cheaper than that, honestly, you might be good with Metro. Let's see. You can't do more than 5 lines or 4 lines on Metro. That's ridiculous. I bet if you go to a store, they might be able to hook you up, but could be worth considering that. Or one other option for you, Nate, depends how much data you need and each line needs. But if you check your analytics on T-Mobile, US Mobile does have these shared data plans, right? So if you have 5 lines and let's say each line only needs about 4 gigs, you get 20 gigs of shared data for all lines. Net cost $67 a month. That's it. Average price $13.40 per line. And if you need more data, you can add more. Oh, wow. The buttons are the wrong color. Anyway, let's say each line needs, you're kind of getting up there at 70 gigs. We want to try and save you money. If each line needs 10 gigs of data, nope. If each line needs 10 gigs of data, that would be 50 gigs, $112 a month. You're still saving a bunch of money. Yeah, I mean, 30 gigs, what is that? 6 gigs per line per month, 82 a month, $16.40 per line. That's a really good option to consider as well. So I think that's kind of what I would look at. And yeah, it depends on how much data each line needs. So I hope that's helpful. If there was a speed testing feature ability you could bring from Androids, what's this? Androids to iPhone, what would it be? It would be 100% the ability to see the actual cellular info. Like get the data you get from Network Signal Guru on iPhone. That'd be so cool. And like get Cell Mapper, right? That'd be so cool. Yeah, just access to that cellular band information, what you're connected to. I think that's exactly what I would want. So that's what I say. All right. I think we've answered all the questions. PL, been trying to get a live person, bought a new 5G Motorola 2024 stylus. CoverageMap says Verizon is faster than T-Mobile in my zip. Scared to transfer data from old phone on public Wi-Fi eSIM. Interesting. I mean, I guess you could potentially use a VPN. If you're able to get a USB-C to USB-C cable, you can typically connect the phones, right? And transfer the data over the hardwired USB-C cable. Or, I mean, if you're able to, are you able to bring your devices home and do that or not? Hopefully that's helpful. I personally, I guess, wouldn't be too concerned about it, but maybe you should be. Maybe that's just a me thing. Musty, any updates on the speed testing app coming to iOS? Yes, we have resubmitted the build to Apple. They have been giving us some harsh criticism on the app. We're not doing everything perfectly. We've had to make some changes to it. So, yeah, it is submitted. It is, I think, pending approval or pending review is what I'd say. I was just checking the status now. Waiting for review. So we're still waiting. Yeah. That's neat. At least it's almost there. It is almost there. All right, guys, I'm getting tired. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I think I'm going to call it. Thank you all for tuning in to an amazing Monday live stream. Great to chat with you as always. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful or entertaining. Thank you all for the amazing birthday wishes. It'll be my birthday tomorrow, so I'll be doing something fun and exciting, doing an escape room, and maybe making a video. Who knows? But yeah, and this stream was completely powered by T-Mobile home internet. It seems like it did a great job. So shout out to T-Mobile. It seems like they've got a pretty cool product on their hands. And Michael's asking about that shortcut. So I'll say, Michael, the stream will end. And once the stream is over, that'll open up regular YouTube comments where people can post links and stuff. And hopefully people can share resources there. But either way, I think that's going to be it. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your Monday and a phenomenal week ahead. I'm Stetson, and I will see you next Monday. All right.